Switzerland edged Colombia on penalties 4-3 after a scoreless game in Vancouver. The USPS will raise the cost of a forever stamp to 82 cents starting Sunday, pending approval of the Postal Regulatory Commission. That is a 4-cent increase. And a surge in whale deaths along the West Coast is worrying biologists. The Center for Biological Diversity says 2026 is on track to be one of the deadliest years on record for whales on the West Coast, spanning from California up to Alaska. So far this year, at least 51 whales have died on the West Coast. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM, News Time 6:29. Here is your Weather Center forecast.
Not bad for early July this morning. I didn't see any 40s in the Adirondacks, but I did see some low 50s. That doesn't mean we haven't gotten there, but either way, it's nice. Even in around town, maybe some patchy fog, otherwise clear and what an afternoon. Lots of sunshine. Warm, though. We're up near 90. Tomorrow, the next change rolls in, still near 90. I think we'll have some fog in the morning, then some showers and thunder showers in the afternoon and evening hours into tomorrow night. Friday, some showers around, maybe an afternoon thunderstorm, 85. But right now, the weekend looks great with sunshine mid and upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stagik at the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, we have sunshine and 60 degrees. It is 6:30.
All right, let us, Manansky, bring in Ray Stagik from the Weather Channel. Ray, good morning, and let the nicer weather come back. The games begin today.
You know, when I was poking around, and I was kind of, wow, look at that. Got some 50s in the Adirondacks, so like a 50 or a 51 up in one of our colder spots, usually in the North Country, and that's around Saranac Lake. And then I was like, well, what if that's unusual? And it's actually not. The average low is right around 50 degrees at Saranac Lake. So our numbers this morning, which are in the upper 50s and low 60s across most of the Mohawk Valley, actually, Bill, are pretty close to where we should be. It's just different. Certainly a far cry from where we were last week. So a pretty decent feel to the air mass.
Okay, so for us, I mean, it seems like once we hit July, every weekend there's something going on. And for us, it's a big one. This weekend, the Boilermaker Road Race, which I think we've maxed out this year. Everything's sold out. So we're talking thousands and thousands. The post-race party will have some 40,000 people at the FX Met Brewery. So events happening Friday, Saturday, but of course the big one is you have all these elite runners from around the world coming in, and it's 7:45. Am I correct with that?
I believe it's at 8 o'clock start.
8 o'clock, the race kicks off, or steps off, and temperature, humidity, all of that is really important at race time. I know it's a stretch, but what do you think around 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday?
I think it's going to be real nice. Right now, I'd say high pressure, clear sky, and overall over the next 3 to 5 days, northwest flow would mean low humidity too, drier air out of Canada. So somewhere maybe in the upper 50s to close to 60 degrees early on Sunday morning. So I think it's going to be very nice right up through.
Yeah, that is perfect.
It's almost, it can't get really that much better for this time of year because that's about normal. If anything, it might even be a degree or two below normal, but low humidity, clear sky, light breeze, no rain.
And then obviously once it's all over and the festivities begin at the brewery, you're talking 70s, 80s. Looks like really nice.
It does. It looks like sun's going to win. We'll be right there in the mid-upper 80s, between probably 85 and 89 degrees in the afternoon hours. Bright sunshine, no wind. Again, right now I'd say the weekend's going to be one of the better ones we've had maybe the entire summer so far.
Wow.
But, we still got quite a ways to go. And I say that because it's going to be sunny, the humidity will be in check. It'll be a nice dry air mass. We'll have very comfortable mornings and comfortable but warm highs in the middle and upper 80s, I think, both Saturday and Sunday. So I think we should be in pretty good shape.
And looking back, I have to say yesterday was just a beautiful day. It was a little bit cooler, but we hit upper 70s, and with the exception of a little wind, a gusty wind in the afternoon, which came out of nowhere late afternoon. It was beautiful yesterday.
Yeah, a lot of times those sunny days, there's colder air up in the atmosphere, and as that sun heats up the atmosphere, we call it mixes down some of that colder air and wind, and you get that kind of change, and it gets a little breezy in the evening hours. Today will look similar. There's some fog in our normally suspect spots this morning, but this afternoon, going to be warmer, though. That sunshine will help us get maybe close to 90 degrees. If anything, we might fall short by a couple, but we notice again, it's more of a flat flow or west-northwest flow, so we're not talking about humidity, maybe a touch more today and tomorrow before we get into Friday and the weekend where temperatures will come down and we'll see some real pleasant air coming in.
All right. Love it. It's all good, Ray. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Ray Stasic with the Weather Channel. And, of course, once the Boilermaker is done, what do we have? You've got Honor America Days coming up. You have next week the World Series of Botch. End of the month, you're looking at the Baseball Hall of Fame, and it's just event after event after event. A lot of great soccer yesterday.
Yeah, Argentina with a stunning victory. I believe their opponent, which is Egypt, took the lead with like 66 minutes into the game, took a 2-0 lead. And Argentina rallied to score 2 goals in regulation and then scored the go-ahead goal, I believe, in the 91st minute. It ended up going 101 minutes. But Messi had a goal and an assist. It was really an incredible, entertaining, stunning comeback. Egypt was shocked. They were up 1-0, got a goal that was taken away because I believe it was offsides. But then when they got the 2-goal lead again, the place went nuts because Egypt was an underdog. And then all of a sudden, Argentina came back, and you could see the look on the faces of the Egyptian fans that were like, oh, my goodness, I can't believe it. It was like the Mets blowing a 7-game lead with 8 to go.
Yeah. And the Mets having a little bit of an interesting run. What was the final last night? Because
when I turned it off.
No, it turned terrible.
Yeah, it was 16-11 when I turned it off.
They were up, and then all of a sudden I look, it's 9-9. And then it was 16-9. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
They allowed 7 in the 7th, I believe. I can double-check that inning. But Kansas City put up 16-12 was your final.
Unbelievable. What a terrible game to lose when it's all looking good. And I got to tell you, Soto is on fire right now with another big home run. Last night, driving runs in. And looks great, but man, you can't give up. You can't give up 7 runs in an inning and think you're going to win the game.
Well, and you know what it was too is I had to laugh because the Mets watched Kansas City do what the Mets have done at least once this season, where it's I don't know if it was a bunt or a ground ball. The ball to first base goes up the right field line. Then 2 runs come around to score. The runner's going now first to third. The ball ricochets off the dugout, and he comes in. I think it was Bench, came around all the way around to score a Little League home run.
Yeah.
3 errors on the play. We scored 3 runs, and we still found a way to lose. Last night, the Mets allowed 5 in the 5th and 7 in the 7th.
Just ridiculous. And I was watching the Swiss game.
Which was nothing, and all penalty kicks. Yeah.
All penalty kicks. And
a shootout, whatever.
It's really quite. It's right. It's really quite amazing how they score on those shootout kicks. They kind of. It's a guess. Right, the goalie has to guess: is it coming straight? Is it coming to the right or coming to the left? And it's like you're flipping a coin.
Yeah, there's really no reaction time. So I think a lot of this has to do with. Almost like in baseball where they're like, oh, okay, if you pitch him inside, he's going to crush it, but you got to work the outer half of the plate.
Yeah.
So they look at trends like, the last 5 times he's done a penalty kick, 4 of them he's gone to the right. So you got to either say he's going to change up or he's going to stick with his trend, and then just as he goes to kick the ball, you dive. And it's happened sometimes where a guy will approach the ball, or a gal will approach the ball and bring the leg up, and the goalie dives, and they delay the kick. So now you got the whole net wide open.
That happened last night. So I think it happened last night, and he kicked it high.
He missed it.
Yeah, he missed it. So, and I'm assuming too, you have certain things when he does, when he does this with his left shoulder, he's going right, or it's got to be just all sorts of intel that gets you there. So, pretty wild. Coming up, we'll talk to Tanya Powers. Several states seeking a $1.4 trillion penalty in child social media addiction. is it, I go back to this, is it the social media company's fault? Or is it parental? You really do kind of have to wonder. I want to bring in Beth just quickly before we break. And how are you enjoying retirement?
Well, I got to tell you, the alarm sounds a little louder on Wednesday mornings than it used to.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm.
In fact, because Wednesday's your morning. That's
Wednesday's my morning, and I look forward to it. But yeah, I mean, it's only been a month, so I'm still kind of like a novice. But I'm getting there.
Are you doing
used to it?
I'll get used to it.
Are you doing your own little public market in your backyard, or?
I am growing things in my in the backyard on the small scale this year, because I knew I'm not going to be retired till well into the growing season, so I didn't want to get too ambitious about it. But my the vendors at the market and my former coworker Audra, who is worth her weight in whatever precious metal you want to put in that sentence. Were very generous and gifted me with starter plants. So I have some shishito peppers and some cherry tomatoes and some fresh herbs growing on my back porch. And
nice.
I'm a very proud plant parent right now.
So. All right, so they're doing really well.
They're doing well. I'm having peppers come out and tomatoes are coming out, and I just transplanted my herbs to larger pots yesterday.
Okay.
So going good.
That's all big stuff. Stand by. We'll talk to Tiny coming up in a second. This morning's free money question of the day, Davey, has a value potentially of, Stampede Rodeo tickets. Coming up on July 31st and August 1st. But, Davey, you're looking at what this morning?
$250, Bill.
$250. We'll do that at 7:35 this morning from Hobica and WIBX.
Cortland and surrounding areas, the summer sale is on at upstate New York's largest specialty bedding retailer, Mattress Express. Right now, get a king for the price of a queen for the price of a full, and a full for the price of a twin. What a great deal, folks. If that weren't enough, buy any king or queen set in the store except Tempur-Pedic and get upgraded to an adjustable base for free. Now remember, if you see any mattress advertised locally on a brand we carry, we will beat the price, folks. Bring it in. We're happy to take them on. Take up to 5 years to pay with no money down for qualified buyers. Every day, no credit check payment plans. On select massage chairs, get a $500 prepaid Visa card. In Cortland on Route 281 next to Royal Chevrolet. We're in Auburn, Ithaca, and Canandaigua and across upstate New York. Go to mattressexpressny.com or call 1-800-NEW-BEDS.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This 4th of July, celebrate your freedom from cracked, worn-out driveways with J&L Paving and Seal Coating. For a limited time, save 20% on all new driveway installations now through July 11th. Whether you're upgrading your home's curb appeal or replacing an aging driveway, J&L Paving and Seal Coating delivers quality workmanship built to handle central New York weather year-round. Call J&L Paving and Seal Coating today at 315-537-0048 or visit jlpavingandsealcoating.com. J&L Paving and Seal Coating. Quality paving, lasting results.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, Manaski has been. Are you in the midst of doing Little League game still right now? Is that?
No.
We're past it now?
Yeah, New Hartford won. It was a 2 out of 3. The Little League All-Stars. I believe Whitesboro won the first game. New Hartford won the next 2. So we're out of Little League.
So,
they're up to the next level, which I don't think our local officials handle.
And then
they're going to be traveling.
So you're doing travel ball. You're doing
I did a Babe Ruth game last night.
Babe Ruth and American Legion, and all of that fun stuff. Here's a story. Police say a Little League president, Steve Rodriguez Prado, spent nearly $65,000 on what? He was the president of the Little League.
Let's see here. Was it a deviant thing to do?
Well, that would give the clue away. I mean,
so I'm going to say yes. Because I was going to say something stupid.
Are you looking at my response? It's almost like
gum
you're about to kick, and you look at my reaction as the goalie to say, well, then I'd be giving it away. And you're like, okay, now I know which side to kick on.
Don't tell me, like, I don't know, the first thing that comes to mind if we're talking deviants, like a jockstrap?
He spent $65,000 on casinos, strip clubs, and
okay,
and erectile dysfunction pills. Well, you got to be happy, I guess.
Well, there's money in youth sports, they say.
All of the money was meant for kids. All of that was raised in donations. The donations from the community and the Las Vegas A's, this is out of Vegas, by the way, helped save the kids' season. People came in and came up with money, but you know what? They're out that money.
Yeah, that's really
this guy,
terrible.
probably part of his sentence will be he has to pay them back. But, how long is that going to take when most likely he's going to wind up in jail?
For every child that was in that league, the mother or father should be allowed to, at sentencing, walk up and punch him in the face.
I think so. Yeah, because
you've taken advantage of money that was earmarked for my child.
It's even worse in that it's explained, I'm sure, that money was lost due to strip clubs and that sort of thing. So kids are all going to know that. Here's some audio on this one.
Devastated by the news. It's a shame that the penalty can't be like when they used to stone criminals with rocks, and they can't just have the kids line up and throw baseballs at them. What they've lost, they're not going to be able to recoup.
It feels like a slap in the face. The entire community. This is not the richest community.
Well, there you go. That's exactly what they would like to do. Right? They would like to do, but probably not. Today is National Video Game Day. Do we need a day set aside for this? Isn't every day Video Game Day?
Yeah, well, Bill, it's the same thing with like National Mustard Day or National Hot Dog Day or some of these National Coffee Day. Like people drink coffee every single day. But actually, I'm glad. It's interesting that comes up today because we just mentioned this lawsuit about Facebook addiction or social media addiction.
Yeah.
Yes.
And wouldn't that apply? You asked, was it the product or the parent?
So, right. Is it who's at fault? The social media companies or parents?
I feel like you could make an argument, though, that before social media existed, you could argue that kids were addicted to video games for several hours a day or night. They would be sitting in front of the screen, pounding on this paddle, playing a game, whether it be a sports game, a shooting game, a strategy game.
Right.
I think there's an argument for that. And to be honest with you, I don't know that these companies, unless you can show me that there's something intentionally they do to trick the mind purposely.
Well, and that is kind of the algorithm, they say, it was being proven in court. The algorithm is meant to keep them playing longer. Tanya Powers is on the line right now. Tanya G. Powers from Fox News Radio. Good morning. What do you know on this one, Tanya?
Hey, good morning. You know what? Is it just me, or did I dream this, or what? Was like the FAA trying to hire people who played video games?
Yes, you're absolutely right.
I'm not right on that because it seems like I remember this, but vaguely, like some headline that they were like, "Hey, we need air traffic controllers. If you play video games, call us."
And the other thing was they were trying to hire kids who were proficient in video games and computers and hacking. The FBI was trying to hire hackers to teach them how they hack. So, these deviant kids have some value after
Use your powers for good.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, deviant kids! I'm sorry, that got me. I'm remembering my first Nintendo game console that I bought with my own money way back in the '80s. That I was very excited to join the ranks of the deviants. And the platforms, the social media platforms that you're talking about, though, we have seen Meta get sued.
Yeah.
I mean, they had this giant lawsuit. New Mexico was the first state to go to trial. The jury awarded $375 million in March in that case and found that Meta had misled consumers in that state.
Yeah.
By the way, the jury is still weighing the second part of that case, which could result in additional damage, and they could have to change, make changes to Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. That's still kind of lingering. The new one here is these 4 states: Colorado, California, Kentucky, and New Jersey, and they're seeking $1.4 trillion in penalties over Meta's claim that over their claims that Meta was designed. They designed Facebook and Instagram to be addictive to kids. That is what they're saying. And we found this out not from the states, because the states' claims are still sealed. We found this out because Meta filed in court a response to the damages that the states have said that they want. They're seeking $1.4 trillion in penalties from Meta. Meta says, that number is not going to be supported by the evidence, at the trial. The trial's coming up in August. The states said that they got that number, not just kind of out of the air, but they said in a hearing last month that they were calculating those by multiplying the number of violations, which is based on the estimated number of young users who are affected by their social media platforms, by fine amounts that are established by state law. That's how they came up with that $1.4 trillion number.
Okay, yeah. I wonder, boy, that's an amazing accomplishment. I guess you're doing it with averages and math and all of that. End of the day, though, it's. But what about the parents, Tanya? The parents have no responsibility. It's like they just let their kids play video games and blame it on or social media. Let their kids be all over social media and blame it on the companies that created the content.
Yeah, I mean that's the $64,000 or $1.4 trillion question here, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this is not. I mean, the fact that Meta has already lost one of these big, giant, lawsuits with a huge verdict and a punishment attached to it. They're not. These are not the only ones in the pipeline. Like I said, you've got these 4 states. This trial, dealing with these 4 states we're talking about today, starts in August.
Okay.
There's another 14 states that have brought claims under their own laws that will be heard at a separate trial next year.
Wow.
Meta's legal issues, they're not going to be out of court anytime soon over all of this, because they're all basically kind of saying the same thing, that there is the parent question is certainly something that can be debated, discussed, but what the company is being accused of is violating the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act.
Okay.
That's the reason that these states are coming after them, saying, okay, well, you violated this act that, says this, this, and this. And Meta is saying, no, we didn't. And by the way, they also say that social media addiction is not an established psychiatric condition, so how can you prove that, it's addictive?
I feel like we're in this mode where we're looking at the social media companies as evil. Like, the reason I'm addicted to this and I flip through these videos every single night is because you drew me in with your algorithm. And so I'm not sure they're, in the United States anyway, they're ever going to get a fair trial and a fair jury that's going to be able to look at it independently. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they are the evil ones.
And I have to ask this, too. We talk about Facebook, and I know generally we talk about social media addiction, but are there stories about settlements or suits against Instagram and Twitter and
Pinterest and all those others?
Yeah, or even YouTube, the shorts, the YouTube, I don't know if they call them shorts or reels, but I mean, you will just see people, and I'm guilty of this too. Scroll. Yes. You watch a video, next video, watch a video, next video. And they're all contained within 20 to 30 seconds. So you get look, I bet you my grandmother, if there was a little summary of Matlock and Murder, She Wrote, or The Golden Girls, you could do it in a 60-second recap. She'd sit there and watch season after season.
What about and I don't know if Tanya is able to answer this, but there's also a psychological side to this. I mean, some people have addictive personalities, and whether you're talking about social media or drinking or smoking or
cocaine,
there's a lot of things out there that people are, quote, addicted to, unquote.
So some may be more apt to become addicted to social media.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, and you're talking about an age range of kids that is impressionable to start with. If you're, their brains are they're being wired as we speak, that kind of thing. They're learning, all the time and taking in new information. And that seems to be also the claims of some of this is, the algorithm is being used to keep them there and to show them more content.
Yeah.
I mean, it is not a secret, I don't think, to anybody that these algorithms are meant to optimize your anger, your rage, normally when you post something that's kind of like middle of the road or whatever, you might not get that much engagement. It's called rage bait for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason that the post on Facebook that gets you all hot and bothered where you send it to 5 people and go, can you believe this person? I'm never speaking to them again. That's on purpose.
And now I get that. However, I cannot help but be the devil's advocate, play the devil's advocate here. And not that I'm committed, I'm just throwing it out here. I remember my father when I was a kid and a McDonald's commercial. And this is back in standard definition. I mean, we had rabbit ears on the TV. And my father's McDonald's commercial came on, and my father's trying to lose weight per the doctor. You got to drop some pounds. And my father yelling, this should be illegal. This should be these commercials. These commercials, just when you're trying to do the right thing, they put up one of these McDonald's commercials. And or have you ever watched the Food Network and they come on the show, I think they call it How It Was Made, pops on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now you're looking at how they made gobstoppers or whatever. And then all of a sudden it goes into how they made cotton candy. It goes over the top of the hour so smoothly, you don't even know you've been dragged
into another hour.
Another 1 hour program. You know what, Tanya? Yeah. They do it on purpose. And
they do.
Yeah,
that is, you're absolutely right. I have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Do not get me started on the social media accounts where they make candy.
Right. Oh,
I can't stop. You know what I'm talking about? Where they blend
the molten candy that they put out on a table.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you? I'm fascinated by this. That's just like my weakness. I can't stop watching it.
Well, and then it's important. I think it's important to mention that we are now looking at a generation and going into a second generation that has grown up
on
with
the internet.
social media.
Yeah,
yes.
No doubt.
Yes.
You know,
and I guess the question is going to be how successful will this story hold up when history is told? When we tell the story of suing the social media companies, did we for the long term convince the world that social media is the new opium? Because it's really what we're saying. Like everybody's just laying around
we
flipping videos.
We need to figure it out because I think AI is probably going to walk down the same path.
Probably is.
In the next 5 years.
All right, Tanya. Interesting conversation as always. We appreciate it.
Sure. Thank
you. Have a great day. Tanya J. Powers from Fox News Radio.
I got to tell you, Bill, your story about your father makes me think we do need more commercials that say, you could be a little bit thinner. How about going for a walk right now?
Yeah. Well, they have it, and it's usually a woman dancing around a water fountain singing
after you go to McDonald's, walk home.
Walk home. Mike says, and I think this is a very good point. Listen, if parents can't be held responsible for their kids shooting someone, how can they be held responsible for their kids playing video games?
That's a good point.
And isn't that a very good point? Davey, all right, I see you want me to take a break, and I will. There was one more I wanted to squeeze in. I guess we'll do it on the other side. There's a guy out there claiming that he has evidence that Bigfoot does exist. Evidence. He has real evidence, and that Sasquatch is part human. And there's a story out of Western New York where ICE is being sued. We'll get into that just a little bit.
If this is another joke about Andrew, we've investigated it, okay?
It's coming up here. Hold on.
Did you know your most treasured rugs can look new again? At ABC Chem Dry, we specialize in premium area rug cleaning. From treasured family heirlooms to fine rugs from around the world, our trained specialists use a careful 5-step process inspecting, dusting, cleaning, drying, grooming, and protecting, so your rug always gets the expert care it deserves. Don't wait. Call ABC Chem Dry today at 315-738-1111 to schedule a drop-off or pickup.
Today, we tip our wrench to Rock Auto customer Noah.
My first car was a 2001 Dodge Neon with a blue wing, and it happened to match my high school sweetheart, who's now my wife, her black 2005. So my uncle has been in the industry for well over 25 years. He recommended Rock Auto immediately to buy my first set of brakes. I would recommend Rock Auto just because it's simple, it's easy to find the parts you're looking for, it's all at a good price.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Hey, for a number of reasons, and Sarah's Flooring Outlet should be on your list for anything that involves flooring. Anything that involves flooring. Reason number one, and Sarah's has the area's largest inventory. Everything in stock. Plenty to choose from. Reason number two, and Sarah's offers the best in quality floor covering. Top name brands like Shaw, Mohawk, Coratec, Mannington, and that's just a few. Reason number three, and Sarah's will meet or beat any locally advertised price. Sal, make sure you're getting the best product with the best inventory at the best price. And reason number four, it is the service. It really is. With their decades of experience, you get unbelievable service and unbeatable service. It's in Sarah's Flooring Outlet. See why more people buy from the big store, Route 49, Plaza River Road, Marcy, and in Sarah's Flooring Outlet.com. News is next.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 Utica. From the WB Payne Insurance Studio, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
This is a Fox News alert. President Trump says the ceasefire with Iran is over. I'm Chris Foster. The president of the NATO summit in Turkey says negotiations can continue, but he thinks they're a waste of time, with Iran resuming strikes on commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz.
These are evil, sick people, and we have to rid their cancer. Their cancer. And you know what you do? You got to cut out cancer early. Man, that's the way I feel.
Fox's Mark Meredith in Ankara.
Says those strikes were more than necessary after he accused Iran of launching attacks on commercial vessels simply trying to get through the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. Central Command says it attacked 80 targets throughout Iran, including command and control structures, as well as targeting Iranian forces operating in small ships near the Strait of Hormuz. Overnight, Iran launched their own counterstrikes at targets in Kuwait and Bahrain. Now the president says he believes the ceasefire with Iran is no longer in place.
Oil prices are up about 6% today. The son of a man shot and killed by an immigration and customs enforcement agent in Houston says his father came to the U.S. nearly 35 years ago working in construction and did not deserve this.
The Department of Homeland Security says ICE officers were trying to arrest Lorenzo Salgado Araujo, a Mexican national it says was in the U.S. illegally when he allegedly rammed his car into an ICE enforcement vehicle and attempted to run over an agent. The agency goes on to explain the ICE officer fired his weapon in self-defense, striking the driver, who was taken to the hospital but died from his injuries. The FBI's Houston field office is investigating. There have been at least 6 deadly shootings by federal officers since the Trump administration's immigration enforcement crackdown began. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
Apple announces an expansion of its partnership with chipmaker Broadcom that'll lead, it says, to the production of more than 15 billion U.S.-made computer chips and includes an expansion of Broadcom's facility in Fort Collins, Colorado. The expansion said to be worth about $30 billion, extending it through 2031. America's listening to Fox News.
Of all the wireless companies in America, only one has 5 stars in every category from Consumer Reports, and that company is Pure Talk. Coverage, support, value, data. 5 stars across the board. Plus, no service contracts and no cancellation fees. Just phenomenal U.S. customer service on a crazy fast 5G network. Dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to a 5-star American wireless company that won't let you down. Pure Talk.
Born on America's darkest day, September 11th, 01, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, they have helped American heroes ever since. Heroes like United States Navy Chief Shannon Kent. Kent was killed in a suicide bombing, leaving behind her husband, Joseph, their 2 kids. Tunnel to Towers honored her sacrifice and paid off the family mortgage, giving them security forever. Donate $11 a month. Maybe you have a car to donate, land to donate. Please go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
The Justice Department's buying 2 immigration detention facilities in California from a private prison company for $1.5 billion.
The agency confirming the purchases to Fox News Digital. The money is coming from the president's One Big Beautiful Bill. A DHS spokesperson says the purchases allow ICE to expand detention space to fulfill the president's promise of mass deportations. DHS also says California's so-called sanctuary policies try to block immigration officials from using private prisons to hold migrants.
Fox's Chris DeMeo. A federal judge says no to the Trump administration's demand for election workers' names in Georgia.
The Justice Department is seeking to obtain the names and personal contact information of every individual who worked or volunteered for Fulton County, Georgia's election operations in 2020 and obtained a grand jury subpoena to do that in April. But a federal judge has quashed that subpoena, ruling the subpoena is unreasonable and highly burdensome. The grand jury subpoena followed a January search of Fulton County's election hub by the FBI. President Trump has long claimed widespread voter fraud in the county cost him Georgia in the 2020 election. No recounts or investigations have uncovered fraud. In Washington, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The Treasury Department ends plans for a Harriet Tubman $20 bill.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent made the announcement to Spectrum News. In 2016, the Obama administration announced that Tubman, who escaped slavery and went on to help free hundreds of others, would replace President Andrew Jackson on the 20. When asked why the Treasury Department is not moving forward with the plan while making preparations for a $250 bill with President Trump's picture, Bessent told Spectrum, "For us to change an existing bill takes many years in advance, while creating a $250 bill requires an act of Congress because you can't have a living person on U.S. currency."
It's Fox's Lisa Lacera. Again, our top story this hour, President Trump says, as far as he's concerned, a ceasefire with Iran is over. I'm Chris Foster. This is Fox News.
We have sunshine, 61 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM. News time is 7:05. This news update is brought to you by Destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Herkimer police continue to investigate after two people were stabbed. One was taken to Wynn Hospital with an injury to their arm and shoulder. Another was stabbed in the head but refused treatment and is reportedly not cooperating with police. Authorities say neither victim's injuries are considered to be life-threatening. They have taken one person into custody, 38-year-old Justin Ramos of Herkimer. He's charged with assault in the second degree and conspiracy in the fifth degree. Meanwhile, police say they're also trying to locate Hannah McLean in connection with the stabbing investigation. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is asked to contact the Herkimer Police Department. The final Mid-State Correctional Facility officer charged in connection with the death of an inmate has been sentenced. Yesterday, Thomas Eck was ordered to spend 9 months behind bars for omitting details from a report filed after the beating death of Messiah Nantwi. Nantwi was attacked by several corrections officers and died from his injuries at the hospital. Eck previously rejected a plea deal that would have put him in prison for 12 years. U.S. Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick is going to be making a stop in Clay this week. He'll be at a ceremony tomorrow marking the first concrete pouring of Micron Technology's new semiconductor factory. The event is considered a major milestone in what's going to be the largest semiconductor plant in the United States. Micron broke ground on the project at the White Pine Commerce Park earlier this year. Production for the first chips, though, likely will not happen until 2029. A popular attraction at the New York State Fair will not return this year. There will be no dairy cow birthing center after the New York Animal Agriculture Coalition had a discussion with fair organizers. Officials say the decision allows the coalition and fair to address current challenges and come up with new ways to connect folks to the state's dairy farming community. This year's fair begins August 26th. Tickets went on sale yesterday. They are on sale. You can get them today. It will run through Labor Day, which is Monday, September 7th. And for the second time in a week, an Onondaga County beach is being closed until further notice. This time it's the Oneida Shores Beach, which is being shut down now due to worries over high levels of E. coli bacteria. Jamesville Beach also is not available to swimmers right now because of the presence of algae blooms. Both parks remain open for other recreational activities, and updates will be posted on the County Health Department's website. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 7:08. Here's a look at your Weather Center forecast.
Not bad for early July this morning. I didn't see any 40s in the Adirondacks, but I did see some low 50s. That doesn't mean we haven't gotten there, but either way, it's nice. Even in around town, maybe some patchy fog, otherwise clear and what an afternoon. Lots of sunshine. Warm, though. We're up near 90. Tomorrow, the next change rolls in, still near 90. I think we'll have some fog in the morning, then some showers and thunder showers in the afternoon and evening hours into tomorrow night. Friday, some showers around, maybe an afternoon thunderstorm, 85. But right now, the weekend looks great with sunshine mid and upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic at the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, we have sunshine and 61 degrees at 7:09. All right, from the IBEW Local 43 Sports Desk, the Mets played, I guess, a softball game last night. 16-12 the final. They were on the short end, though. Matt Seelinger suffered the loss, allowing 7 runs on 5 hits, 4 walks in his relief appearance. Mets allowed 5 in the 5th to the Royals and then 7 in the 7th. The Mets were seeking their 3rd straight victory. They continue that 3-game series against the Royals tonight. The Yankees topped by the Rays 6-4 in St. Pete. Will Warren took the loss. The Yankees have dropped 3 of their last 4 and 10 of the last 12. Before the game, Ben Rice was announced as a participant in next week's Home Run Derby. The Yankees will continue their 4-game series in Tampa tonight. Smitty, any thoughts on Ben Rice being in the Home Run Derby?
His dad's going to be pitching to him, Jeff.
Oh, yeah?
And the Yankees been struck out 17 times.
What, in that game yesterday?
Yeah.
Out of 27 outs?
Yep.
Oh, my. The 27-year-old, as you mentioned, announced that his father, who was a college pitcher in the 80s, will be his personal pitcher. Rice entered Tuesday night's action as the Yankees' home run leader with 25. The World Cup round of 16...
It says right here, Yankees make history, strike out 17 times again.
Incredible. The World Cup round of 16 is over. It's now down to the semifinals. It's if this was college hoops, we'd call it the Elite Eight. Argentina overcame a 2-goal deficit late in the game to stun Egypt 3-2. Elsewhere, Switzerland edged Colombia on penalties 4-3 after a scoreless game in Vancouver. The quarterfinals kick off Thursday. France will take on Morocco. It's a rematch of the semifinals of the last World Cup, where the French won 2-0. So there's only 4 games in this round, obviously, because there's 8 teams. So you got France-Morocco tomorrow. That's a 4 o'clock start. Friday is Spain and Belgium, who just beat the United States on Monday. And then on Saturday, you've got Norway-England and Argentina-Switzerland. A lot of entertaining games. And I don't care if you like soccer or not. Look, I say this about the NBA playoffs and the NHL playoffs. If you were going to ask me to just watch a soccer game 6 of a season or something like that, I wouldn't be that interested. But this is the biggest stage, and these guys are going 1,000%. They're all in on it, so it's very entertaining if you're a sports fan. Well, what else do I need to mention here? Knicks guard Jalen Brunson expected to be ready for training camp after he had to have surgery on his wrist. The reigning Finals MVP played with an injured left wrist throughout the postseason, but still managed to average more than 28 points a game. Brunson will resume basketball activities later this summer. And let's see, a comical 6-team trade took place in the NBA yesterday. ESPN says the Wizards are bringing back Chris Middleton on a 3-year contract worth almost $18 million as part of a sign-and-trade with the Mavs. The 34-year-old played for both teams last year. The Clippers, Pistons, Bucks, and Grizzlies were involved in a previously agreed-upon deal. Memphis gets veteran guard D'Angelo Russell, a second-round pick consideration from Washington, as a direct part of that Middleton trade. And then, Bill, one thing I need to mention as an update to news, we apologize. This is a correction. Our state newswire yesterday had a story talking about Blake Gendabine and Anthony Constantino, and in it referred to Constantino as the Republican and conservative candidate. Now, I've gotten word from a listener, as a matter of fact, he's a Republican committee member and started asking around, and I believe had contact with the state committee yesterday.
The conservative committee?
I'm sorry, yes, the state conservative committee.
Okay.
That he does not have the conservative party's endorsement. So we had a little bit of a conversation about, does it just transfer over? Did they re-endorse?
Well,
they
now that Smullen has dropped out, the Conservative Party can re-endorse.
Right. They have not to this point yet, though.
Got it.
They have not.
Well,
so,
that
Doug,
is,
thank you for that information.
Interesting to learn here today. I want to tell you, up on our website at WIBX950.com, in the black trending bar, you'll see it right towards the top, Kicks for Kids. And we're actually all getting together and working with Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield and Neighborhood Center to buy kids shoes, sneakers, shoes. There's a whole bunch, and it's all done through Amazon, so it's really easy. You click on the button, the story will come up, and then you click on the Kicks for Kids in there, and it'll take you right to the Amazon. Basically, it's a fundraising page, and Amazon organizes it. So they put all these shoes in there, and $15 to $20 per pair, would you say? Something like that.
Yeah, on the highest end, it's like $29.99.
Yeah, and these
but
are all
most of them are $15 to $20.
They're all brand name shoes. They're all brand new, and
they look sharp.
And the Neighborhood Center already has the requests that are in from families that are in need, sizes, style, that sort of thing. So they'll handle all that. You just buy the shoes. And you could do one pair, you could do 10 pair if you want. I had somebody reach out yesterday who asked to remain anonymous. They're doing $300 worth of shoes.
Awesome.
Wow, that's awesome.
So I said I would not mention Earl Reed's name, and I will not.
Please don't do it.
I will not do it. He never wants to be mentioned. And I appreciate that tremendously, which is why I mention it, because I just think people, it's not a bad thing for people to know. The no hand-me-downs, this is all done through the website. That's the key. So you can click on it, go to WIBX950.com, and again, there's a black bar right towards the top, right near the menu items. There's a black bar that goes across. You'll see Kicks for Kids. Click on it, and it'll give you instructions on what to do after that. Pretty cool. And River Hills Properties, they are all about reducing the stress level of someone who is trying to sell their home and speeding up the process and putting you in the best possible position to sell that home. And that's not just price. It's everything that goes along with it. They create the book, 40 to 100 pages, that are just, it's everything there is, every improvement that was made on the home, receipts and everything to back it up, warranties, all there. It's the manual for the home. Really helps when it comes to making a decision on whether or not to buy or how much to offer. And it goes on from there. Your listing agent is there every single time the house is shown. It is all full service. That's the River Hills way. And also, they have a full team of agents ready to help you, and that's growing even more so every single day in Sarasota, Florida. So whether it's up here or down there, maybe a combination of the two, something involving what they call snowbirds down in the southwest part of Florida, whatever it might be, River Hills has you covered. They have offices down there in Sarasota, here in Barneveld and Little Falls, in Newport, and in the city of Rome. Nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties. 315-896-1009. RHPsells.com is the website. RHPsells.com. And reach out and let them help you sell your home. Coming up, Pobika's free money question of the day. It's worth $250. We'll do it in about, 20 minutes here at WIBX.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
Today, we tip our wrench to Rock Auto customer Noah.
My first car was a 2001 Dodge Neon with a blue wing, and it happened to match my high school sweetheart, who's now my wife, her black 2005. So my uncle has been in the industry for well over 25 years. He recommended Rock Auto immediately to buy my first set of brakes. I would recommend Rock Auto just because it's simple, it's easy to find the parts you're looking for, it's all at a good price.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
With things moving fast to resolve the situation in the Middle East, the headlines may change, but the fundamentals haven't. America's debt continues to climb, and uncertainty still hangs over the global economy. That's why investors continue turning to one asset that has stood the test of time: physical gold and silver. For generations, gold has been viewed as a safe haven asset during periods of geopolitical tension and market volatility. That's why Advantage Gold wants to send you a free gold investment guide valued at $49, plus a free copy of economist Ken Rogoff's acclaimed book, Our Dollar, Your Problem, when you call 800-900-8000. Discover why central banks are buying gold, why many Americans are diversifying with precious metals, and how a tax and penalty-free rollover into physical gold and silver may fit into your retirement strategy. Don't wait until the next crisis dominates the headlines. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 right now. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
The summer sale is on at Mattress Express. Get a king for the price of a queen for the price of a full, and a full for the price of a twin. Ask how to get upgraded to an adjustable base for free. Go to mattressexpressny.com.
If you've missed the Kim Commando Show, you've missed a lot.
You know, I just love taking your phone calls.
I want to start by thanking you for what you have given us on this planet. You have made technology digestible.
You're like my friend in IT.
Oh. Only one person that I would like to ask this digital question.
America's digital goddess, Kim Commando.
Saturday mornings at 10 on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Mike this morning, Jeff is correct. Andrew is not Sasquatch. However, I've always been of the belief that he's the progeny of mating of the Wolfman and a human.
Okay,
Wolfman
can we stop
and a human
with the Andrew picking on stuff?
Whoa. You started it.
That was a good joke, I said, though.
That's funny.
By the way, I've got another good joke if you want to hear it. Well, this one might get us in trouble.
Okay. The last one might.
The YouTube conversation is always interesting. I find it funny. So
we're on YouTube every morning.
We are.
And all you search Keeler live stream, like it or subscribe. Subscription is free. You're not. Some people get confused and think, well, I don't have YouTube TV. I watch such and such. It's not that. It's YouTube. And there are a lot of programs you can find, and old things that are classic. The first place I go when we watch a movie that's based on a real story, I go down the YouTube rabbit hole. It's like searching up, did this really happen? And is there actual real footage out there of it? And a lot of times you'll find stuff that's quite, sometimes more interesting than the movie you just watched or the documentary. Anyway, that's YouTube. And so
this is not YouTube TV. This is just straight YouTube.
And I only bring this up. I think of it as being the obvious, but for some people, they are like, I'm not subscribing and paying $80 a month. That's not what you do. By subscribing, whenever we go live, it pops into your inbox in your email, and you just click on the button, and it's right there. Whether you're listening to YouTube in the car, or you're watching it on your computer, or your tablet, or on your TV, whatever it might be. Most TVs today, smart TVs, have the YouTube app. So it's pretty simple, pretty easy, or you can download the WIBX 950 mobile app, and that's free in Google Play and in the App Store.
Okay, so a couple of recent comments on our YouTube stream, which, by the way, at the end of the show, the comments are not visible. Is it? Do we want to change that? Is it possible to change that?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jawick just said, Andrew is missed. Say what you will. Please do not misunderstand. We can joke about Andrew a little bit now and again because we love Andrew. Andrew is like a part of our family, and Andrew is absolutely missed.
Yeah.
I will say that.
And don't forget, he'll be back. I mean, that's what happens on this show. They leave, and then they're like, I kind of miss it a little bit. I think I'm going to come back for a while until I realize this is why I left, and then I leave again.
Exactly. Which, by the way, let me check my watch here.
You're getting close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deeds says, I miss the crap out of the days when Andrew and Jeff were both on the show. That was the show. And if I can add to that, I mostly agree, but it was when it was me, you, Christine, and Andrew, and our man Uncle Smitty as well. It was a full house in here. Let's see. Ann says Trump only gets bad props. Jawick says Trump only gets bad props on here because Ann had said, how much money did soccer visitors spend in the United States? I don't hear anyone thanking President Trump. Do you want to react to that?
This was coming here anyway. I mean, we were going to get this event. Okay.
I think it's a great thing that the FIFA World Cup is being played in North America. So it's Canada, United States, and Mexico. I just want to say, though, for the record, and we all know this to be true, the only place in this country where balls are kicked harder is the state of New York, where we continue to pay the highest taxes in the country and pay auto insurance rates that are double the national average.
That's true. If I only had a rim shot. And I got to say, who was it? Was it Al Gore? Who was the former vice president that, no, it wasn't. It was, he ran for president. You know who it is. Who brought the Olympics in, and was the head of that committee bringing the Olympics to the United States.
I'm looking,
Googling. It's the Rhino. Trump hates him. He's a Republican. Yeah, anybody? You'll find it on YouTube. It's coming up. Anyway, nobody was thanking him. Nobody thanked Jimmy Carter for bringing the Olympics to Lake Placid. Okay. Thank you, President Trump.
Not Thomas Bach, right?
No. He ran for...
against Trump?
Yeah. Wealthy fan. I can't think of his name now, but I'll get it. I'll have it for you in a second. No, not against Trump. He ran against... I think he ran against Obama.
Obama primary opponent.
Not primary. He's a Republican.
General election.
Oh.
Was it John McCain?
It was not. Good guess though, Davey.
Why can't I think of who this would be?
Why do I keep coming up? I can't get. We'll get there, and somebody's going to have it on my phone here, or anyway.
On YouTube.
Nonetheless, okay. Thank you. Any other comments?
No, but I agree. I don't think Trump had anything to do with the world. No. Okay. Let's see here. Deed says no, but I agree. I don't think Trump had anything to do with the World Cup coming here. So Deeds actually agrees with us on that point.
Was it Mitt Romney?
Mitt Romney is trying to come up with.
You should have said the book with the women in it. He's got a whole binder full of books with women in them.
There were so many things. But he wasn't he on the committee to bring the Olympics to L.A. or whatever?
He was on the committee to bring the Olympics to Salt Lake City,
Lake City, that's exactly right. Thank you, Davey. And leave it to Davey to come up with the right answer when we can't think about it.
Sorry.
But thank you, Mitt Romney. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. I'm sorry, Ann. I just don't agree. And Richard, holy crap, does he not agree? Richard this morning is piping in on the issue of oil and the Iran war. He says markets are spiking way down today. Oil continues to go way up again, around $80 a barrel as the strait is a mess. Fighting is resumed with Iran. Trump says the ceasefire is over.
I'm sorry. I do see this morning that crude oil prices are trading at $71 a barrel. And yesterday they closed at 69, so it's not a huge jump yet.
Well, they will go up.
I do think they will.
The fact that the war is, but I wonder if it's the Strait of Hormuz, which is still a mess and a very fragile part of the world right now and the world's economy.
And let's not forget, earlier this week, or I do believe it was on Monday, there was an announcement, because I had it in the news stack, that all OPEC countries agreed to increase production to 188,000 barrels a day. Yeah. So that does help with the issue as well. But certainly I understand the Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the world's oil passes through. That has an impact on gas prices. Absolutely.
A New York man who calls himself Snake the Bigfoot Hunter says he finally has DNA evidence that Sasquatch is real and apparently part human. His name is Charlie Stewart, a.k.a. Snake the Bigfoot Hunter, and here he is with his proof and audio.
After doing a DNA test at Cornell Veterinary BioDNA Lab, we found that this is 58.5% Neanderthal/Denisovan, which is European Neanderthal mixing with Asian Neanderthal, and then this 41.5% remaining, that is human.
That's where the Andrew joke came from, Jeff.
Yeah.
That's what inspired you.
Sorry, it was a little quick.
A man on the Buffalo area named David Strever is suing the Department of Homeland Security for violating his First Amendment rights. They apparently stopped by his house and his hotel and threatened him after he sent a scathing email to Todd Lyons, who was the director of ICE. Here is his, and he's suing, and you're seeing this begin to happen. People who lost their jobs over Charlie Kirk, people who have gotten themselves in trouble with ICE because of critical comments that have been made. They've turned around and sued the government, and they're winning cases because it is a violation of their First Amendment rights. You don't.
Well, we're not losing a job.
We're not right? We're not required, whether it be losing a job. If you lose a job over something that you said, a lot of that depends on what is the job. If it's a government job.
Okay,
you got
the
got a case.
Sure.
So, and I'm sure there would be other situations where you may have been fired inappropriately. That's however you want to fight that. But there are cases where people are suing and they're getting payouts because they say their rights were violated. Anyway, here's I believe this is the attorney of David Streeter talking about what happened.
I think everyone would recognize that if police showed up and arrested David for this email, that would be a very clear violation of the First Amendment. But the First Amendment also protects against forms of retaliation other than arrest. So if you have agents showing up to your house, confronting your wife, calling your cell phone repeatedly, tracking you down to a hotel you didn't tell them about, and then they give you a notice that says that your speech might be a criminal act, that is sure enough to make someone shut up.
I would say that is an absolute violation.
I agree.
It's un-American and should not happen.
I completely
whether
agree.
It's done, I don't care what administration it's done under. That is pure intimidation and is a violation. So he'll get I will not be surprised he'll get a payout.
Well, in that case, he absolutely should.
A settlement,
yeah,
of some sort.
But did he lose his job because of that?
I have no idea.
Okay,
I don't know. But he did lose his right foot. He had gangrene.
Oh,
I'm making fun of Jeff because he always asks me questions I don't know the answer.
I'm sorry.
Did he lose his foot over that?
That's just because there's conflation.
How did you know he had gangrene?
There's conflation between, what was just outlined there. I completely agree that is a violation of the First Amendment. But if a school teacher or a bank or someone else says, I saw what you said on social media about the murder of Charlie Kirk, and I think it's disgusting, and we don't want people who think it's okay to openly murder people.
The problem is people were being fired, and here's where this gets cloudy. People were being fired because they said, listen, I don't want to see anybody, nobody should die, but I vehemently disagree with the terrible things that guy said. That
you should not be fired for that.
Becomes tricky, doesn't it?
I don't think you should be fired for that.
People were being fired when they were saying things that weren't even close to offensive. And
I agree that's wrong.
That's where that kind of gets a little tricky. We were very hypersensitive at that time. So
I've also though seen enough videos on social media where literally school teachers were going, "Yes, I'm so glad they murdered that scumbag. I hated the vile things that he said."
That person should probably be fired, right? Yeah.
Certainly not be teaching our children.
Yeah,
right.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
And
I respect you can have that opinion, but please don't have it as a second grade teacher.
What do you want? The question would be, what is the greatest video game? We were talking about video games earlier. What is the greatest video game of all time?
Ooh.
I don't do video.
Look, so it depends, I think, on your generation.
I prefer the real world.
I played some video games growing up.
And these would be video games that you play on a video game console, and not something you play in an arcade.
Okay, so I'm going to say Super Mario is probably a top 5. Tetris is probably a top 5. You want to get into, what was that ping pong game on Atari? That's the old school original.
But even that,
Pac-Man. Good call there. You can play that on a console in an arcade, but also on a console.
I think Pac-Man was at its biggest though
in the arcade.
Yeah.
Correct. And so is it Super Mario or Tetris?
Well, I'll tell you the other part of this is, for me, I was never a big video game person, but my kids were, and I love playing Madden football.
Yeah,
is a biggie.
Yeah,
and I would think, and the Mario game, Super Mario, was enormous, and that, by the way, is number 3 on the list. Super Mario Brothers is number 3. Number 2 is Minecraft, and number 1 is the greatest of all time.
Don't tell me it's Fortnite.
It's The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, get out of here!
Where is that?
That was like
Are you a
late 80s, early 90s game?
Warrior Princess kind of thing.
Where's Madden Football? Madden Football should be on there. That was enormous.
But these games that you mentioned, though, are, people would sit down for hours, and there was a challenge to it. I remember friends of mine would love Zelda. I never got into it, but would play it, for a long period of time, and it's challenging. Where, I feel like the Madden games and even the MLB, the show games, you'd get together with a couple buddies. You'd play for an hour. You'd play there would be tournaments, but it would kind of come to an end where people would just play Zelda, and Tetris, and Mario for hours and hours.
One of the greatest games was the handheld hockey game. You remember that? When you scored? It wasn't like that.
Well, one thing too, it
didn't sound anything like that.
Zelda was was based on fantasy, so there were no boundaries, there were no rules, there were no parameters. When you're playing something like a football or a hockey game, especially if you're into the sport, you know the rules, you know what's allowed, you know what's not allowed. In fantasy,
you know the trick how to get him to catch the ball in the early game. If you remember the early Nintendo version of Madden Football, you knew how to throw there was a trick to throwing the ball, throwing a bomb and getting it caught. There were little tricks you could do that really worked every single time. But that hockey game on the handheld, that was 70s too. That was late 70s.
What's it called? Blades of Steel? Blades of Glory? The hockey game?
That was a movie. Wasn't that a movie with Will Ferrell?
Anyway, so you're number 1, Legends of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, or something like that.
I don't know what that is.
All right, coming up, we'll do Habaika's free money question of the day, and then Heather Tehan is coming in, and everybody that's upset about some spot in the highway, something that's being investigated. I know there's an area that is being investigated. You'll have an opportunity to call in if you like, but she is hitting a specific topic that she wants people to know about. Construction is a big deal in the summertime, and everybody has an opinion. And feel free, 315-736-0186. First, though, we'll do Habaika's free money question of the day.
I'll just mention this quickly because it came in just now on YouTube. Blades of Steel on the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. Deed says you could fight in that game. It was a great game. Smitty, you are correct.
But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the handheld.
But this wouldn't qualify. The handheld wouldn't qualify for a console.
I get right. You're right. I'm wrong.
I'm saying that could have been a great game, but there's no way it was making that list.
It was cool at the time because there was nothing like it.
Yeah.
It was like a little calculator, but it was a hockey game.
I used to own the Pac-Man handheld video game.
Yeah, those were all. What was that video platform called? It was
Temco. TEMCO.
Okay.
Temco.
All right. All right, let's do for $250. Our bike is free money question of the day, and just for competing, if you get in correctly, you'll have a chance to take away Stampede Rodeo tickets coming to the Adirondack Bank Center July 31st and August 1st. I have a pair of tickets. You can take them if you like, and if you're able to use them. But right now, $250 on the line. Davey, you're going for caller number, what will it be?
Caller 5.
Fifth caller right now at 315-736-0186.
Not bad for early July this morning. I didn't see any 40s in the Adirondacks, but I did see some low 50s. That doesn't mean we haven't gotten there, but either way, it's nice. Even in and around town, maybe some patchy fog, otherwise clear and what an afternoon. Lots of sunshine. Warm, though. We're up near 90. Tomorrow, the next change rolls in, still near 90. I think we'll have some fog in the morning, then some showers and thunder showers in the afternoon and evening hours into tomorrow night. Friday, some showers around, maybe an afternoon thunderstorm, 85. But right now, the weekend looks great with sunshine mid and upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic at the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
The summer sale is on at Mattress Express. Get a king for the price of a queen for the price of a full, and a full for the price of a twin. Ask how to get upgraded to an adjustable base for free. Go to mattressexpressny.com.
Hi, this is Rob Hilton. When you've worked hard to build something meaningful, protecting it should be part of your plan. At Hilton Estate and Elder Law, we help families navigate the complexities that come with significant assets, especially estate taxes and long-term care considerations. We break down the implications, explore smart strategies, and help reduce future tax exposure and nursing home costs. Because no two families are alike, every plan is tailored to fit your situation.
Hilton, you know the name. They know the law. Hilton Estate and Elder Law.
You know, around here, a good vehicle isn't just transportation, it's family time, weekend adventures, and getting where life takes you. Maybe you're loading up the kids for a day at the Utica Zoo, or you're heading north to Enchanted Forest Water Safari for the weekend. Or maybe you're pointing the hood south toward Cooperstown and the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Wherever the road leads, you want to know your vehicle is ready for the trip. And right now at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, purchase any 4 Bridgestone tires and receive a $150 rebate. It's a great time to upgrade your ride before your next adventure, because when you're headed somewhere important, peace of mind rides along too. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, driving our community since 1980. Trusted for quality, known for service, and helping get you there safely, mile after mile. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, Yorkville, Utica, Rome, and Herkimer, or online at tallmanstire.com. We'll keep the wheels turning so you can keep making memories.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This 4th of July, celebrate your freedom from cracked, worn-out driveways with J&L Paving and Seal Coating. For a limited time, save 20% on all new driveway installations now through July 11th. Whether you're upgrading your home's curb appeal or replacing an aging driveway, J&L Paving and Seal Coating delivers quality workmanship built to handle central New York weather year-round. Don't wait. This special ends July 11th. Call J&L Paving and Seal Coating today at 315-537-0048 or visit jlpavingandsealcoating.com. J&L Paving and Seal Coating. Quality paving, lasting results.
Today, we tip our wrench to Rock Auto customer Noah.
My first car was a 2001 Dodge Neon with a blue wing, and it happened to match my high school sweetheart, who's now my wife, her black 2005. So my uncle has been in the industry for well over 25 years. He recommended Rock Auto immediately to buy my first set of brakes. I would recommend Rock Auto just because it's simple, it's easy to find the parts you're looking for, it's all at a good price.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Oh, hi. slipped in bonanza there, but. All right, it's time for Hobeika's free money question of the day, and it comes to you from the Hobeika Law Firm. Joseph and Andrew Hobeika. David, do you check in advance if they're going to use the rodeo tickets? Could you just check on that right now for me? Thank you, man. Thank you, Davey. Hobeika Law Firm for all of your legal needs, whatever it might be. It could be a workman's comp case. You could be upset over this, that, or the other thing. You may have gotten a ticket, whatever. Maybe it's time to get away from that spouse, whatever it might be. I try to think of it in a way that it wouldn't be sad, right? A way that it wouldn't be sad. Like, finally, a chance to get away from that woman.
I'm not quite sure what to expect out of you next.
I know. Sorry. Your legal needs, whatever they might be, call Joseph or Andrew Hobeika at 315-724-1600. It's what happens when I know I have to stall for Davey. Because he's on the phone. Okay, let's go to our contestant. His name is John from Forestport.
He won't be able to use them.
I did get that from you. Thank you. That's Stampede Rodeo, the Adirondack Bank Center. Call for ticket information at the Adirondack Bank Center or through, I think, even Ticketmaster. You might be able to do it. I don't know. July 31st through August 1st. And John in Forestport, good morning.
Good morning, Bill.
How is it, what about 59, 60 degrees up there right now?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
Perfect day.
That's awesome. Awesome. All right. Here we go with your question. This is worth $250, John.
Oh, boy.
All right. I'm going to throw this at you. I'm going to throw it at you. And I'm going to make this really, really doable. I think it's... Do I go by the year? Do we go by the year? Do we go by the... Let's go by the actual... All right, let's do it this way. All right, here's your question.
I agree.
Here is your question. Sorry. That's what goes on in my head.
What happened during the break?
Here's your question. You have 7 seconds to answer. What was the first ever video game? What was the first ever video game? Ready, go.
I'm just going to have to go with Pong. I believe Atari came out with Pong in the 70s. Probably wrong, but that's my guess.
I was going to ask, now was Pong the tennis game?
It was, I don't know if you'd call it...
Yeah, Pong, you know.
I don't know if you'd actually call it tennis, but it was the ball, and then there was a paddle.
Tennis-like.
And it would bounce off the walls. Yeah. It was more like a wall ball, right?
You're right. Yeah, and it was, if you put it on the really fast speed, it was going all over the place.
Good luck trying to smack that ball.
All right. Unfortunately, that is not correct, but you're in the right neighborhood, but not even close when it comes to years. There was a video game in 1958 called Tennis for Two.
Wow.
And that was considered the first ever video game. But I got to say, for me, John, that Pong was the first thing I ever played on Atari. Look it up.
And it was it was a total guess. I figured it was probably wrong. There was something way earlier, but
that's a good guess, though. That was a very good guess. Listen, I'm going to give you to Davey and see if he's got something he can give you. Find him something, Davey. Find out one of those T-shirts. Grab the shirt off your back and give to this man. All right, stand by, John. Thank you, and enjoy Forestport, the North Country. It's beautiful out there.
Very quickly, I'll show the ladies first, and you can tell me what you think here.
This is Tennis for Two.
Quickly Googled Tennis for Two. If you take a look at the images there, and then, Bill, I'll swing this around and show you. 1958, Tennis for Two. That looks more reminiscent of what you would see in a submarine satellite, right?
Yeah, it does.
Like in the movies, those are the monitors that they're monitoring other submarines and activity.
In terms of Jeopardy, that's considered the first ever video game. And how many people had the first ever video game? Probably 2. You needed 2 people to play. That's why they called it Tennis for Two.
Yes.
Because it probably cost $20,000. That thing. It looked like the radar.
Yeah.
Is that radar in a submarine?
Ding. Yeah. And you had to have an extra bedroom in your house just to house the server.
Yeah,
you're right.
The server. Yep. All right, in studio right now is Heather Tehan. She is the Public Information Officer with the New York State Department of Transportation. Good morning, Heather. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good to have you here. We got you on camera. I think we're all good, Davey. Nice, Davey. Thank you. She knows what she's doing with the microphone. Okay. What do you want to talk about? And let's get it out of the way so we can talk about all the things we want to talk about.
Okay, so
there's a lot, is what I'm saying.
There is a lot. So we're in the thick of construction season, so there's a lot of that. There's a lot of talk on social media about the unfortunate crash that happened at Blackman's Corners and 365.
I didn't ask you because I didn't think that was something you guys could talk about.
Well, this is what I can say. It is an active police investigation, so we cannot comment about it. We do have an active construction project there, though.
Can I ask you, though, is there... Now you got me asking questions. Because I know of a scenario where there was a terrible accident and the road was modified afterwards. If there is a fatality, is there automatically an investigation into the road? Because it's certainly not... Most times, it's probably not the road that's caused the problem. It's high speed or something else. Who knows what? Or error... Or in, I guess that would be the case. Is there any customary thing that is procedural thing that is done?
So we can never speculate as to the cause.
Yeah.
We have to wait for the crash report to come from the police.
I see. Right.
And then that gives us the data that we need to work from.
And you may get data back that says we got a problem here, or we don't.
We may.
Yeah, you don't know.
We don't know, and so we wait for that information to come through.
Okay.
And that's what we proceed with.
I was in an accident once where it was the snowbanks that were blamed on the accident. I didn't blame the snowbanks. I blamed the woman that saw me coming and continued to pull out in front of me. It was bad. I plowed right into the side of her, but she just. The initial coming out was the snowbank. So you get a lot of that stuff, the things that are conditional issues because of weather or who knows what. So
there's you can be driving along the road in the summer. The conditions are different in the winter. You can be in a situation where there's a blizzard happening, and that is, are you driving for conditions at that point? So there's a lot, and we have to keep in mind that there's, humans drive vehicles, and there's human error, and there are things that occur, and we get the data. We wait for the data. Right now, there's a lot of speculation about this in particular one, but we have to wait.
Yep. So. Let's see. Little Falls paving project?
Yeah, so we have a paving project starting in Little Falls, and on Route 167, it goes from the city of Little Falls up through to the Dodgeville Village line, and about 12 lane miles of pavement. So there's a lot of drainage work and other things, guide rail, and that scenic overview rest stop is there. It's beautiful. We're going to be working in there too. So paving that, doing some new signage. There's a lot that goes into pavement. It's not just pavement, it's drainage, signage, guide rail. We do everything.
If you've never done that, it's just off Route 5, and as you're going up towards the Dodgeville, and it's a little pull off, but it's one that it has a real payoff. Because the overlook, it's called the overlook view, and it's beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful. It's great for photos. So.
Okay.
I have to check that out. This is in Dodgeville?
It's on the way to Dodgeville, town of Mannheim.
It's what you'll be on your way to a game. So if you're on Route 5 and you take what is it, 160?
It's a left, 167.
It's a left onto 167. Actually, as you go up through there's also I've talked about this on the air, and it's now a historical location, is the old Italian bread in-ground oven. And it's now cleared out. We used to have to walk through the brush to get back in to see it. Now it's an actual location. But the Italian stone workers would come into work, and during lunch they'd be preparing bread. And they do it in the ground in this oven that's really just spectacular.
Yeah. So that's up
crazy.
there too.
Yeah.
So it's worth the trip.
And it's a quick jaunt, if you will, up 168. It's probably less than a mile, right, to get to the overlook.
167.
Or 167. Yep. It's probably less than a mile.
It is.
And the other thing is underneath there used to be these old big construction. I believe they used to feed the railroad with crushed stone or whatever, with that sort of thing.
Like a quarry?
These huge. It's like that, but along the railway, and they're abandoned. On our TV show years ago, we went in there. It's very dangerous. Probably
Not
shouldn't
suggested.
No.
but it's pretty cool, and you can see it from the other side if you were going over towards the throughway.
Yes.
Okay, enough of all of that.
Yeah, so
Little false
that work is happening. There's also some work happening south on 167, so we do have a detour happening down there. There's a lot of work all over on 46. You're hard pressed to find a space where we're not working.
Everywhere. And then I wanted to ask you what is going on in that busy, I can't even call it a corner, that busy intersection, multiple intersections in Whitesboro. Is it Whitesboro or Whitestown?
Whitestown.
By Voss's.
Yes. So we have a project that's being in design right now.
The only way I know, you always know when there's something going down when you see a sign that says, stop the blank. And the sign that I saw was stop the roundabout.
Yes. No roundabouts here.
No roundabouts here.
And to call Senator Griffo.
Yes. So I want to call up Griffo and tell him, please put a roundabout there.
That's great.
And
I can take that comment back with me.
I honestly, do you know what we're talking about?
I think so. But okay, so you said by Voss's, there's a gas station there, there's a car lot.
So it's not at that location.
No, it's not.
That the roundabout would see the signs were a little deceptive because they went so far up 69 and around.
Because that intersection is weird.
So what
That's right, because it splits. You can go onto Commercial Drive, or you can stay on 69, or you can go left to Mills.
If you're in the left lane by mistake and you try to get over to Commercial Drive, you're screwed.
Yeah, you're going 69.
Yeah, you're going into Whitesboro.
So what we're proposing is a roundabout. So you're past that intersection.
Okay.
So what's going to happen is this is all for flood mitigation. So we're removing a bridge.
Oh, okay.
So we're working on the bridge of Route 69. We're working on the Main Street Bridge as well.
You're kidding me.
No.
My son, my
Loves
son was
that
in the
bridge. How could you take it out?
My son was in the car and he goes, "Dad, what's going on here?" And I said, "There's all the piping and they're doing a lot of infrastructural work where there's like an electrical."
So that's National Grid.
National Grid's doing that work.
They're doing work, yes.
Right, but we're going by it, and he goes, "Dad, they're taking out that bridge." And I go, "They're not taking out that bridge. It's the one that, if you're on the boulevard, you take it to go to Commercial Drive, and it becomes Commercial Drive."
Bridge, yeah.
That's coming out?
That is coming out because
he said, "Dad, they're taking
so
the
he
bridge out."
knows.
I said, "Carter, they're not taking the bridge out."
He's in the know.
He goes, "Dad, I'm telling you, they're taking out that." I said, "There's no way."
By the way, his mother's yelling at the radio. That's his mother coming out of him.
So what's happening is the Route 69 bridge is going to be longer and higher.
Okay.
So, because we're going to bench out the creek, Sequoia Creek.
Okay.
For more flood mitigation. So what's going to happen then is the bridge on 69 we won't be able to put a flyover bridge over it. It'll be that high. So we're proposing a roundabout at grade, which means it's down towards Commercial Drive more. And it will also have bypass lanes around it though. You will not have to enter the roundabout if you're going from Commercial Drive to 69. You're going to bypass it.
Okay.
If you're coming from 69 to Commercial Drive the other way, right now where you take the ramp, you're not actually in the roundabout. You're kind of bypassing it. And if you're just staying on Commercial Drive, you're also kind of bypassing the roundabout. The roundabout that's proposed would be if you were turning from Commercial Drive to take a left to go to 69, you're going to get in the roundabout to do that maneuver. But we're removing 2 structures of the 4 that we're working on.
Am I going to need the roundabout to get to Presto Print or to Yorkville Battery? Or who has a dealership?
From which direction?
God knows at this point. That's the hardest place to get into. People are like, how do I get over?
Road there.
Yeah.
Master Vito Hyundai's there.
What's it called? Commercial Drive East, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah,
it kind of reminds me of like the lower Genesee Street, that last block of Genesee Street.
Sure.
Yes. Overpass.
Yes.
Yeah.
So where in the perspective and where is the roundabout going?
So it would be. That's right. So right now, where you would currently take the bypass, it's not that intersection. It would be this side of the creek, the Commercial Drive side of the creek.
Okay, so it's right after.
So you're going to cross the 69 bridge will still remain.
So we've
then you're going to enter the roundabout.
So you
coming to Commercial
If
Drive.
you wanted to take the from Whitesboro that ramp to go on to Commercial Drive. Is that what?
That'll be eliminated.
That's going to be eliminated. And the roundabout there is going to be shortly after that?
The roundabout is going to be just past the 69 bridge. The 69 bridge will then take you into the roundabout.
And then what's the bridge in Whitesboro that always has the camera on it?
Main Street Bridge. We're going to replace that as well.
That'll be replaced. Is it going to be higher?
It is going to be higher and longer.
Needs to be higher. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
How's that going to impact the elementary school that's right there?
During construction? Or
I mean, in general, is it good? Is it going to impact the schools?
It's past the school. This would be past the school.
Oh, it's past the schools.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in the wrong place then.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're thinking Burger King down in that. It's past that.
Okay.
If you want to glance at that, she's got the map right there.
Let me bring in Kevin quickly because he's been waiting, and I know he has a question for you, Heather. Kevin, you're on the radio.
Yeah, hi, good morning. This is Kevin from New Hartford. I got a question for up in Jefferson County on a road construction bridge up there. Do you do any work up there? Is that your area?
Jefferson County is not in my region.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. The question is there's two bridges out up there doing the repair on it on 12E, and one of them, they're not even working on it. So I just had that was my question as to why it's out, but they're not working on it.
What brings you up there often?
We got a camp up there.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That makes sense. Well, I can just generally say that sometimes when we have things closed and it's just part of the construction, they just haven't gotten to it yet, or it could be that it's just not in that stage of construction at this point.
All right.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
Kevin.
thank
All right,
you.
thanks.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any others quickly? I got about a minute. Do you see where the roundabout is now?
Yes, I do. I was in the wrong spot.
Am I in the right spot?
You are in the right
Okay.
spot, yes.
Is it by the Burger King?
No, it's beyond the bridge.
It's beyond. It's this side.
It's closer to Voss's.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Voss's is my point of reference.
That's right. So we will be doing work on that intersection, but that is
Okay.
not going to be a roundabout. We
It
are going
won't
to be
be.
doing some pedestrian crossing.
Oh, I had visions of roundabouts plummeting in my head. It was just wonderful.
Yeah. Well, the weather warms up and you turn into Joe Load over here. Is it by this business? Is it by this business? Can I still get my hot dog from Boss's?
Oh,
It's
Lordy.
important.
Thank you so much, Heather, as always.
Thank you for
Appreciate
We
it.
have news coming up.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 From the WB Tate Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
This is a Fox News alert. After more back and forth attacks, President Trump says a ceasefire with Iran is over. I'm Chris Foster. Those attacks resumed after Iran struck commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Fox's Mark Meredith with the president at the NATO summit in Ankara, Turkey.
President Trump is putting Iran on notice. Attacks on tankers moving through the Strait of Hormuz will not be tolerated. Overnight, the U.S. launching 80 attacks on Iranian targets. Iran responded overnight, launching their own counterstrikes at targets in Kuwait and Bahrain. We just got a statement from the Qataris who said that they are not happy with Iran launching these attacks on their Mideast allies. And while these latest strikes appear over for now, CENTCOM says it is standing by if more action is needed.
President Trump says he also wants to cut off trade with Spain.
Spain has been unwilling to go to the 5% contribution rate of GDP for NATO defense spending that other countries wanted to agree to, and that, of course, President Trump has been demanding.
U.S. trade deals are with the European Union, not Spain, directly. The main state Democratic Party says it's developing an open, inclusive, transparent, and fair process to replace Senate nominee Graham Plattner on the ballot, urging him to step aside, accused of raping a woman 5 years ago.
The main Democratic Party says Plattner's team has repeatedly reached out to them, asking what the replacement process would look like. Democrats are now scrambling to replace Plattner. One of the names being floated include former Maine Senate President Troy Jackson. He filed paperwork to open an exploratory committee. Senator Bernie Sanders had stood behind Graham Plattner despite his previous scandals. Now he's pulling his support, saying, I have spoken with Graham Plattner about the best path forward for Maine. In light of these very serious allegations, I have recommended that he step aside.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. The FBI executing a search warrant at a home in Philadelphia says remove 2 children from conditions described as squalid, unsafe, and uninhabitable, with dozens of cats inside that home, several of them dead. America's listening to Fox News.
Of all the wireless companies in America, only one has 5 stars in every category from Consumer Reports, and that company is Pure Talk. Coverage, support, value, data. 5 stars across the board. Plus, no service contracts and no cancellation fees. Just phenomenal U.S. customer service on a crazy fast 5G network. Dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to a 5-star American wireless company that won't let you down. Pure Talk.
Born on America's darkest day, September 11th, 01, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, they have been helping American heroes ever since. Heroes like U.S. Army Sergeant William Bernard McKenna, exposed to burn pits. McKenna later died from T-cell lymphoma, leaving his wife, Dina, and 2 daughters. Tunnel to Towers honored Sergeant McKenna. They paid off the family's mortgage in honor of all of his sacrifice. Donate $11 a month. If you have a car to donate, if you have land to donate, go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org today.
President Trump has said again at this NATO summit in Turkey that the United States, not Denmark, should control Greenland.
Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen was asked, is Denmark ready to militarily defend Greenland?
Of course we will defend the Kingdom of Denmark.
The president previously ruled out military action. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte insists the alliance can make sure U.S. interests are secured.
China and Russia are gaining access to the Arctic, so it is crucial that as an alliance and work together to make sure that doesn't happen.
In Ankara, Turkey, Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Maryland Democrats are pushing to amend the state constitution to redraw congressional maps after this year's midterm elections.
Maryland lawmakers will return for a special session in August to begin the process of potentially redrawing the state's congressional districts before the 2028 election. Democratic leaders say recent court rulings have created uncertainty over redistricting laws and want voters to decide whether lawmakers should have the power to make mid-decade map changes. If the General Assembly approves a constitutional amendment, the proposal would go before voters this November. Governor Wes Moore says he'll work with lawmakers to protect voting rights and fair representation. Ted Lindner, Fox News.
A new list ranks the worst cities for bed bugs.
If you're looking to sleep tight and not let the bed bugs bite, there are some cities you might want to avoid. Chicago ranks number 1 for infestation. That's according to Orkin's 2026 list for communities with the biggest bed bug problem. New York, Philadelphia, the Cleveland, Akron area, as well as Los Angeles round out the top 5. You can help avoid bed bugs by decluttering and keeping an eye out for infestation by inspecting all mattresses, baseboards, and headboards.
Fox's Tom Graham. Oil prices are higher today after President Trump says he thinks the ceasefire with Iran is over after its attacks on ships in the Strait of Hormuz and retaliatory strikes since. I'm Chris Foster. This is Fox News.
We have some sunshine now, 64 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 8:05. This news update is brought to you by Destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Herkimer police continue investigating a double stabbing incident that occurred last night. Now, authorities say that one person was stabbed in the arm, another was stabbed in the head. The person who was stabbed in the arm was taken to Wynn Hospital. Both injuries are considered to be non-life-threatening, but police say the person who was stabbed in the head refused treatment and is not cooperating with authorities. The incident happened last night. 38-year-old Justin Ramos of Herkimer has been charged with assault in the 2nd degree and conspiracy in the 5th degree. Police also say they're trying to locate Hannah McLean. Anyone with information on her whereabouts is asked to contact the Village of Herkimer Police Department. The final Mid-State Correctional Facility officer charged in connection with the death of inmate Messiah Nantwi received his sentence yesterday. Thomas Eck was ordered to spend 9 months behind bars for omitting details from a report that he filed after the beating death of Nantwi last year. Nantwi was attacked by several corrections officers and died of his injuries at the hospital. Eck previously rejected a plea deal that would have put him in prison for 12 years. Again, he was sentenced yesterday to 9 months behind bars. The U.S. Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick, will be visiting central New York this week. He'll be at a ceremony tomorrow in Clay, marking the first concrete pouring of Micron Technology's new semiconductor factory. The event is considered a major milestone in what's going to be the largest semiconductor plant in the United States. Micron broke ground on the project at the White Pine Commerce Park earlier this year. Production of the first chips likely, though, will not happen until 2029. A popular attraction at the New York State Fair will not return this year. No dairy cow birthing center.
Darn it. I would love to get my chocolate milk and go over there and watch the birthing of a cow. It was one of my...
I'm with you, Bill. I feel like it's okay. Can we run a video? Do we have to have a live performance?
My favorite part is when they reach all the way... No, I don't want to see it. It's not for me.
This after the New York Animal Agriculture Coalition had a discussion with fair organizers. They say the decision allows the coalition and fair to address current challenges and come up with new ways to connect folks to the state's dairy farming community. This year's fair begins August 26th. Tickets went on sale yesterday and are available now. Okay. And then one more. No, that's all I've got.
Can I say
you've got one more?
You had mentioned oil prices. Richard responded, "Tell Jeff he is wrong on oil prices."
Okay. Well.
Brent oil is the price that affects the price of gas. Brent yesterday went up almost $4 a barrel to 75, and today it's up another $4 to $79 a barrel. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, I have the live tracker in front of me, and it's $76 a barrel.
Well,
and that's up $2 from yesterday. So.
I don't know anything about the Brent oil standard, so
I do see
I'll leave
here
it for the two of you to work out.
I do see here the headline from CNBC that says oil prices jumped 6% after Trump said the ceasefire was over. We agree that this is going to drive the price of oil up. I mean, we can argue about what percentage it's at this morning or 2 hours ago, but
didn't you say that
no matter where it is nationally, we're still going to pay more.
We are. Yeah. And didn't you say that it was 20% of the world's oil that comes through the Strait of Hormuz? So why does that?
It's a very
such
complicated.
A big impact?
It's very, very. What's interesting
is 20%.
So without getting into the weeds, it is we are basically we supply our own oil. In this country, we now no longer are reliant upon the rest of the world. However, the market
supply and demand
does affect our prices.
The global market.
So it becomes but and here's what's really interesting about this, and I know nothing about it, just a few key things, just enough to make me probably dangerous. But when the price of oil goes way down, if it gets down into the 50s and it goes down too low, that's bad for us because our oil refineries cannot afford. If you remember when the prices went way down a few years back, and it was under Trump, that was actually bad for the
economy.
It was bad for the industry, and many of the refineries, U.S. refineries, went out of business. Because they couldn't afford to stay in business. And it was believed at that time that Iran and Russia were trying to drive the price down because they knew it hurt us. Well, really, when the cost of oil goes up worldwide, because we are now such a big supplier, it actually is beneficial to our economy, to the industry, but it's just not good for the consumer. Yeah. So put that all together.
So we produce a product that we can't afford, that we cannot afford.
Well,
in a good industry,
we do a pretty good job spending money on gasoline every day.
Well, kind of necessity in many cases.
Well, and a lot of people traveled.
Yeah.
Memorial Day and 4th of July, for as bad as it is and as difficult as money is.
That's right.
Man, we're not stopping
because it's impacting aviation fuel now too.
Sure. Yeah. Well, significantly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. One more real quick. Wynn Hospital.
Quick disclaimer. I know nothing of what I'm talking about. Just stuff that I
just enough to be dangerous, as you said.
Yeah, and learned.
Well, and again, it's the whole free market principle, right? So let's just say I'm an oil producer or a refiner, and the price is let's just say it's $80 a barrel. Well, even if I'm producing it for the United States, if the United States says, "Well, we'll pay you $72 a barrel," and a foreign country saying, "Well, we'll give you $80 a barrel," that company goes, "Well, we'll take the $80 a barrel."
Yeah, it's complicated economics.
And you are correct that several years ago, many producers and refiners had to downsize or go out of business because the price was too low, because based on what they're paying employees and taxes and everything else,
they couldn't pay their people.
It became a non-profitable endeavor for them. So, okay. And then one more quick win. Hospital has earned the American College of Cardiology's Heart Care Center National Distinction of Excellence. It was the first in New York State to receive the designation and remains part of a select group nationwide for its patient-centered cardiovascular care. So that's great news there for Wynn Hospital. Here's your forecast.
Not bad for early July this morning. I didn't see any 40s in the Adirondacks, but I did see some low 50s. That doesn't mean we haven't gotten there, but either way, it's nice. Even in around town, maybe some patchy fog, otherwise clear and but an afternoon. Lots of sunshine. Warm though, we're up near 90. Tomorrow the next change rolls in, still near 90. I think we'll have some fog in the morning, then some showers and thunder showers in the afternoon and evening hours into tomorrow night. Friday, some showers around, maybe an afternoon thunderstorm, 85. But right now the weekend looks great with sunshine mid and upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stagik at the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Nothing's happening.
Some sunshine in 64. It is 8:13. I'm going to move quickly in sports. The Mets played a softball game against the Kansas City Royals at Citi Field last night.
Terrible.
16-12 was the final.
And you know what? Think about it. They're scoring runs finally.
Yeah.
But then and all's going well, and then you bring in a pitcher who just falls to pieces. It was Senga. Did they start him yesterday?
No, it wasn't Senga. It was Seelinger.
Okay.
Gave up 7 in the 7th, I believe.
Well, Senga, I think, started the game and looked a little troubled in the 4th inning. But I think he got out of it.
Let's see. Actually, Senga came in relief.
Oh, he did. So the
3 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned.
He came in early then.
Seelinger pitched 2 innings, 5 hits, 4 walks, 7 earned. Mets allowed 5 in the 5th, 7 in the 7th. By the way, the Royals made 3 errors on 1 play, I believe, that allowed the Mets to score 3 runs. We still lost the game.
I swear to God, last night the Mets are up by, I don't know, whatever it was, 3 runs, 4 runs. And right after Soto had hit his 3-run home run, again, second game in a row, I turned to my wife and said, you know what? It's happening very quietly. But if they can continue to do this before we hit the All-Star break, which is next week, there may be a little thing brewing here. And then they give up 9 runs.
Boy,
it's like 16 to. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
I would give a year's salary to see the look on your wife's face when you start talking about the Mets making a run before the All-Star break. Like she could care about that.
She's rolling her eyes.
So the Mets lose. They'll continue their series against the Royals tonight. The Yankees were topped by the Rays 6-4. By the way, the Yankees, I see some of the comments on YouTube going, Bill, you really think the Mets are going to make another run again? Oh, they're going to.
I did for a moment last night.
You Yankee fans, they've dropped 10 out of 12, so. Do you think they're making a run? Maybe they will. They probably will. They are the Yankees, but it doesn't look good right this moment. Jalen Brunson had to have surgery on his wrist. He played in the playoffs with that injured left wrist. He's a lefty, by the way. Still managed 28 points a game, and, of course, NBA Finals MVP. Brunson will resume basketball activities later this summer at the World Cup, a very entertaining game yesterday. A match. Argentina, late in the contest, overcame a 2-goal deficit for a 3-2 victory over Egypt. The other game saw Switzerland beat Colombia on penalties. 4-3 was the final there. That was a scoreless game in regulation, but it went to the penalty kicks, 4-3.
Do they call it penalty kicks, though?
That's what it says here, penalties, yeah.
Because it was
I would call it a shootout.
It was basically, at the end of regulation, it was 0-0.
Yes, it was. So now we are down to 8 teams at the World Cup. Which, by the way, there's 4 games in the semifinal round. Tickets right now going as low as $1,200.
Oh, that's cheap. And then, thank you, President Trump. There you go, Ann. I just threw that in there. I'm joking. That's a joke. Come on.
There's a beef going on YouTube here. Deeds, who I think is usually pro-Trump, I think he heard the Fox News update at the top of the hour.
Oh, they're fighting over Trump on there right now.
He goes, what the heck? What the heck does that even mean? I'm putting Iran on notice. On notice of what? I'm sick of hearing this bleep from Trump. And then he goes on to say some things that I don't want to share.
Can I bring in one more item on the Mets, if I could?
Yeah.
I am becoming, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I was very angry over losing Pete Alonso. I am becoming a Juan Soto fan.
Oh, you were
I
before?
think he's. I just kind of felt like a lot of money for not much.
Yeah.
But this year, he is beginning to find his comfort zone. He is hitting with runners on base. He is, and even defensively, he made a diving catch last night in left field. Look it up, and it's not. He's always had a lot of criticism for not putting in the effort. Well, I got to tell you, he saved 2 runs with a diving catch in left field last night. I'm becoming a Soto fan.
Well, we would have lost 18-12.
That's
bad, right?
At the time, we were winning. Okay, I want to tell you that right now, the people at New York Sash are celebrating their America 25 sale. And this is great if you're like me and you love the service and the products that you get from New York Sash, whether it be their windows or their bathrooms or their entry doors or their doors or their siding. Right now, America 25, the sale. Buy 2 New York Sash windows, get 1 free. And there's no limit there. Buy 2, get 1 free. Take advantage of it. Plus, 50% off expert bath installation. In just 2 days, you can have a brand new bathroom. And here is a great opportunity. Qualified buyers can receive 0% financing for 25 months, making it easier to get improvements right now. Don't do the maybe next year thing. Take advantage of 25 months interest-free. It's what they're calling their America 25 sale at New York Sash. Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro. And, of course, you can find New York Sash always online at newyorksash.com.
I'll read messages sent via the app coming up and some YouTube comments, traffic-related, school supplies-related. And, Bill, I have to tell you, I feel a good argument coming on.
Oh, I like that. We'll do that next. Hold on.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar, 315-444-4444.
You know, around here, a good vehicle isn't just transportation, it's family time, weekend adventures, and getting where life takes you. Maybe you're loading up the kids for a day at the Utica Zoo, or you're heading north to Enchanted Forest Water Safari for the weekend, or maybe you're pointing the hood south toward Cooperstown and the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Wherever the road leads, you want to know your vehicle is ready for the trip. And right now at Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, purchase any 4 Bridgestone tires and receive a $150 rebate. It's a great time to upgrade your ride before your next adventure, because when you're headed somewhere important, peace of mind rides along too. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, driving our community since 1980. Trusted for quality, known for service, and helping get you there safely, mile after mile. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, Yorkville, Utica, Rome, and Herkimer, or online at tallmanstire.com. We'll keep the wheels turning so you can keep making memories.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds, and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-560-0301, 800-560-0301, or biglou.com.
Paid for by Term Provider. This 4th of July, celebrate your freedom from cracked, worn-out driveways with J&L Paving and Seal Coating. For a limited time, save 20% on all new driveway installations now through July 11th. Whether you're upgrading your home's curb appeal or replacing an aging driveway, J&L Paving and Seal Coating delivers quality workmanship built to handle central New York weather year-round. Call J&L Paving and and Seal Coating today at 315-537-0048 or visit jlpavingandsealcoating.com. J&L Paving and Seal Coating. Quality paving, lasting results.
The Utica Stampede Rodeo, presented by Mastrovito Chevrolet, rides into town July 31st and August 1st. Experience thrilling bull riding, barrel racing, bronc riding, and non-stop family fun. Get your tickets today at uticarodeo.com.
Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers is a simple, anonymous way to keep our neighborhood safe by reporting crimes anonymously. Cash incentives are available if the tip leads to an arrest. If you see something, say it here. MohawkValleyCrimeStoppers.com or phone in tips at 866-730-TIPS. And registration is now open for the 6th annual Crime Stoppers Golf Outing, Saturday, September 19th at the Shamrock Golf Course in Oriskany. Call Anna for registration forms at 315-269-3924.
Hi, Billy Mays here with the brand new Keeler Kill Switch. When that morning show starts yapping about something you can't stand, don't reach for the dial. Just press this big red button and BAM!
This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, good morning. Good morning. It is Wednesday. We'll talk to Brian Nobles coming up in a little bit from NBC. Beth Irons is in studio with us here this morning. Manaski and Davey, and more to come. Manaski with some comments here this morning.
All right, so a couple of quick comments. One is on, these are two traffic-related comments. I think this was from Ja Wick, but he essentially said, I can't find it. It's Lamont Place. It's over in South Utica. He says they need to put a strobe on the stoplight there because it's a four-way stop. Why don't I see it here? It's Lamont Place and what is it? French Road, I believe.
All right.
They should put a strobe light on the stop there at French Road, Lamont Place. It's a four-way stop, and I do see a lot of people sometimes do not. It doesn't make sense. Sometimes I see people don't stop there at that intersection.
Okay.
Mike in New Hartford says people need to learn how to use the roundabout and who has the right of way. I agree. I see so many people stopping when they actually have the right of way.
I love it when you're in the middle of the circle and they have the right of way and they'll stop and wave you on. It's like, well, thank you. Thank you for that.
That's like somebody stopping at a green light and going, hey, come on, go.
No, you go. Come on.
Drives me nuts.
It's just unbelievable.
All right, and then John in Deerfield says, I'm hearing the story about the mom buying school supplies and getting the shoe donation. It makes me question why our schools haven't figured out the school supply issue. School supplies are expensive for individuals. However, if a school were to take $10 to $20 from each school taxed property, the school could easily bulk purchase all necessary school supplies for all the students. That would be a mandate from the state that I could get behind. Does anybody want to react to that?
Listen. I wish it was that simple, and people fight over a 0.5% increase in their taxes, and they'll fight over the smallest increase. So now we're going to, and we're not even talking about school supplies. We're talking about the clothing that kids need to go to school. We're talking about sneakers.
Yeah.
I would always think, I remember going to college and my kids going to college and seeing some of the things required on the list that you had to have for a certain class and be like, are you kidding me? We got to go out and buy this expensive calculator because they say you need that or the books, what the books would cost. Most schools are very, very careful in what they're requiring parents to have, the supplies. And most teachers, I know my wife always has stuff on hand in case a kid doesn't have something. So you'd be surprised the amount of money the teachers spend on their own, which to me, I don't think they should have to do. But
I agree.
We're asking for taxpayers to kick in more. They're already going to be asked, if they haven't been asked yet, to kick in more. I don't see that as a solution, or to be honest, a responsibility. That's why there's a PTA and these other organizations that try to raise money and get school supplies for kids.
All right, so it looks like we're not going to argue about this because I think I completely agree. Yeah. So first of all, you mentioned the calculators, and you mentioned, we saw this during COVID with the laptops. How many how many of those items don't get returned, right? If you're in a... Some parents will just take those items and just sell them. And they'll go, oh, my kid lost the calculator, or my kid lost the laptop, and they pawn them off, right?
Well, I don't know anything about that, but I guess that could happen.
The other thing is on the school supplies, excuse me, to me it's similar to a situation in a workplace that supplies...
That's terrible, though. The parent would take school supplies that are donated and turn around and sell them.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, that's...
The other thing is...
There's no winning that battle because you got a bad parent there.
Whether it's raising taxes or if it's just a cost the district would assume, which of course they would raise taxes to do that. It's similar to like having free coffee at work. And here's what I say about that. It's a great benefit to have. But when let's say if we're buying coffee for the show, we're like, all right, we're going to have one pot of coffee for the show. And I know you don't even drink coffee. And Beth, you bring your own. Or it's probably tea, right?
No, it's coffee.
Oh, I thought you were a tea gal. No. So my point being this, when it's free and provided, people go, oh, that pot's been there 45 minutes. Throw it out. We'll make a fresh one. Where it becomes, there's no accountability for it. Mm-hmm. So if it's free pens or free colored pencils or free markers, people just take them and they go, oh, it comes from the free pot of things that we get. And then everybody just kind of abuses it, and there's no accountability for it. So I just think it would just drive up the cost.
Well, I think the radio stations should supply free coffee for people.
I agree.
And free Diet Pepsis, as opposed to me and Davey buying a case of water every other week so that people can have a water.
All due respect, but then what happens? You're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to take one for the road, right? And then it becomes not we're providing a free beverage at work. It becomes we're providing one can for the morning and then two for lunch.
I have a bin in the back of my car. It's where I take the toilet paper. I haven't bought toilet paper. I haven't bought toilet paper in years.
The business should provide the toilet paper, though. I will say that.
Yeah.
Yes, they should.
But I get that because, like, when I was a vet tech, you wear the lab coats, and by the end of the week, both of the big pockets in my lab coats were full of pens and pencils.
Yeah.
And somebody at the front desk would be like, "Where happened to my pen?" And I'd be like, "Okay, when she goes on break, I'm going to have to sneak that back onto her desk. It's in my pocket right now."
Cost of doing business, in my opinion. Your workplace should supply you with the tools
to do the job.
Do your job.
But I don't know. Is coffee one of those tools?
Like the soda thing? No. If they gave me free soda in the morning, I would take one home for lunch.
Can I tell you?
Maybe that's just me, but
I don't
think I'm alone.
You are.
I don't think I am.
Can I tell you though that $2.50 for a Diet Pepsi? I don't buy my sodas here. I buy them where I get a better deal.
Oh, I agree there.
Screw that crap. I'm giving them money.
Yeah.
You know what?
Well, that's from a private vendor, though. That
Welcome to our studio.
How are you?
Meanwhile, the Albany Symphony provides everything for their people.
You bring your own instruments, or do they provide them for you?
Oh, no.
We bring our own, and we bring the free fun, the festivals, the food trucks, the whole thing.
But you would want your own instrument, I would think. I wouldn't want to blow on somebody else's horn.
That's true. It's very sacred. Yes. It's super personal.
It is very personal.
But if they were giving out free violins, you would go through more violins than if every violinist had to provide their own.
That's true. Well, everyone should get to try their own instruments.
I would be very interested to see Richfield Springs School District had, I'm pretty sure, every student was provided with an iPad. And I wonder how that program went and if they still do that. I wonder. Here's Wayne.
Somebody commenting here that I make enough money umpiring I can buy my own Diet Pepsis.
Wayne, good morning.
Hey guys, Angeline and I every year, at least twice a year, buy off of Amazon. We'll go on there. We'll get a case of pencils, a case of notebooks, a case of binders. Yeah. We get tissues and wipes, and the list goes on of what we get for the school, and other parents do it too. And we're asked to, if you could pitch in.
Yeah, so, I think that's a really nice thing to do. I like that.
Yeah. If you have a little bit to give it.
And because keep in mind, your teacher probably is buying a lot of stuff, spending a lot of money that he or she probably shouldn't have to, but you don't want to see the kids go without.
Right, they do. Yeah. The teachers do. They do take out of their own pocket a lot.
Yes. All right, Wayne. Interesting. So
guys,
can we go back to the sneaker thing? That? some kids don't have the money to wear a nice new pair of shoes to school on the first day of school. The program where people are spending $15 on a pair of shoes that would go to kids who are in need. Remember, it's not the kids who are at fault here.
Yes.
Maybe the parents truly just don't have the money. Maybe they don't manage their money well. Maybe they're on drugs. I don't know what it is, but the kids shouldn't be punished. And to be able to walk away with, although now you guys got me thinking they're going to take the shoes and sell them.
No.
They're expensive. Sneakers are expensive.
They are.
My son's got to have a pair of basketball sneaks. He's got a pair of cleats. He's got to have a pair of regular sneaks, and he won't wear basketball sneaks, on the street. It's like, dude, they don't have cleats. Wear them.
Yeah, I get it. It's a whole. Our kids have been trained to follow the racket, I'm afraid. All right, Wayne, thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, I know we're trying to move on, but just one more thought.
Right.
When we used to do down the hall Frog Fest, they would do this VIP thing, and they'd provide all your food and drink. But we would have additional cases of soda left over. And they would say to the employees, we got 50 cases of soda in the storage room, help yourself. And the 40 cases of soda would be gone in like 2 weeks. Okay, and it wasn't me taking them home. I can tell you right now. Smitty's shaking his head. You know what I'm talking about, Smitty?
Oh, completely what you're talking about.
Yeah, they go, oh, yeah, there's extra soda in there. Help yourself. And then you'd see somebody walking out to their car with a 12-pack. Yep. They wouldn't take one for lunch. They'd take a 12-pack home.
Oh, you're talking about thieves.
Yeah.
That's stealing.
They're all over the place.
Yeah, I get it. All right, Lucia, thank you. Thank you, Jeff. Lucia, good morning. And then I have to move on.
Good morning, Bill.
Good morning.
Great show.
Do you steal from the company store?
Do I what?
Or does the company store steal from you?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. It's kind of a thing that we're kind of talking about here. But what's going on, Lucia?
Yeah,
good
no,
morning.
I hear you, but
yeah.
I didn't understand the part, though.
Don't worry about it. You would not steal.
Can you ask me again? I'm sorry.
No. You would not steal. I don't even worry about that. But when
you know what I do? If somebody give me Pepsi or whatever, I give it away right away.
You do.
Here, I want to take, I give it away.
She would take a case, but she'd give it away to charity.
No, I wouldn't take it. No.
Right, you give it to someone. You would give it to somebody, yeah.
But I would, Remember, Bill, when I was with you on the show a long time ago?
Yes.
The people gave me everything. I brought them to the station. I never took anything home. Never.
I would never think you would. We're going down the wrong road here. But
even now,
yes.
I have something. I give it. The story about the kids without the sneakers makes you cry.
It is very sad,
really,
right?
Really.
So if you go to on our website, Kicks for Kids. Yeah. It's on the black trending bar, which is at the top. Yeah. Kicks for Kids. You will find the way to do the whole thing. It's all done through Amazon. All you have to do is pay for the shoes. You could buy one pair. You could buy 5 pairs.
I'm going to tell you what I can do.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'll come to you.
Okay.
I bring you the money there.
Okay.
And you do it for me. Because I can go on Amazon or anything like that. I'm not good at that.
Okay. We'll do that for you. And I'll give you the
phenomenal
receipt.
What teachers do is phenomenal.
It really is.
It's been going on forever, and nobody pays attention to those issues because the teachers, especially the dedicated one,
Yes, very dedicated to the students.
Your wife is one of those,
She is, and she's not. I just say to her, why are you so dedicated to the kids when you're not dedicated to me? I don't understand it.
That's not true. She's dedicated to you. You're number one. Let me tell you what. You got to listen to her.
Lucia, you have a wonderful day. I'm moving to the Albany Symphony.
Okay, but listen.
Yes.
Can you? I get you. Can you find Chuck Pagano for me?
Can I what?
The coach, Pagano.
What do I need to do?
Find him. I don't know.
I'll look for him immediately. I don't. Yeah.
The other guy is saying you don't know. What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know Chuck.
I don't know Chuck.
The other guy.
Do you know Chuck?
You don't know him?
That's Chuck.
You don't know him, Bill?
I do not.
Bill, you know everything.
I'm gonna
find a way. You let me know. Okay?
I will let you know. You will.
My family.
You will be
related to him.
We will find him, and you will be the first to know. All right.
All right.
All right, Lucia.
Soon, okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
I'm on it. Thank
Bye.
you so much. Do you know Chuck Pagano?
I don't.
Yeah.
Our bass trombone player, though, is named Chuck.
Okay, all right. Well,
there you go.
Maybe
great segue. Thank you for your patience.
Emily, what is your last name, Emily?
Fritz Endress.
Okay, what is it?
Fritz Endress.
Fritz Endress. Emily Fritz Endress is with the Albany Symphony Orchestra, and they will be performing here locally, a couple different spots, including Bellamy Harbor in Rome, which is coming right up, right?
Coming up Saturday, July 11th. It's going to be fabulous.
So,
we've got the concert at 8 and activities starting at noon.
Nice. So talk about the symphony out of Albany, the Albany Symphony.
Yes, yeah, we're out of the capital region of New York, but we love this region. Last year we came to Utica to do a concert at the beautiful new Harbor Park that opened up just last year, and it was for the Erie Canal Bicentennial, and we fell in love with this region so much, and so we couldn't resist. We're coming back to continue to celebrate the Erie Canal, and we're going to do a free festival concert on Saturday.
Do you know the and I'm sure you know this, but the Erie Canal started.
Yes, the first shovel dig. Exactly. Here we are, year 201.
Here we are. Isn't that amazing?
Yes,
right.
exactly.
So how will it work, and how can people come out?
Absolutely. So one of the best ways to activate a beautiful space, we think, is through free live music, and then package that with all kinds of other free activities. And so at Bellamy Harbor Park, one of the things we love is that there's the new skate park that's there as well. And so the day starts at noon. We've got all kinds of chalk art, spike ball, and there's an ollie workshop for people who want to put on their Vans. I know you were talking about shoes earlier, so maybe if some of those kids are coming out with their shoes to be able to kick out some skateboard tricks. But we start there, and then the day continues on, activating that whole space at Bellamy Harbor Park. We've got a paint and sip. The Rome Art Association is doing a huge art display. Food vendors, Copper City Brewing's going to be there, and then we've got concerts. So there'll be a free Albany Symphony concert. We're performing everything from, Gershwin and popular tunes to Alicia Keys and the Talking Heads. It's really a concert like you've never heard it before, totally free and open to the public. And we finish with a drone light show, a 10-minute show that's going to light up the air, 200 drones to really celebrate this region.
And these drone shows are really incredible.
They're amazing, And we've been doing a lot of work with the Griffiths Innovari Institute as well, getting to know the students that are there and incorporating them with our drone operators as well, so that we're really celebrating the technology and the innovation that we're seeing in this region.
How is it when you're performing outside versus inside? How is it different?
Well, we like it because it's so much more accessible. It's just free. Young people can come and run around. People can grab a brew. People can be multitasking and really just fully activating the space. You can be in a kayak or a boat and hear the concert. And so it's just a much more approachable way to engage with the music.
How about the sound?
Oh, amplified. We do make sure that you can hear every single instrument in the orchestra.
I guess what I'm wondering is when you're inside a studio, or if you're inside a theater, your sound versus the sound outdoors, it bounces differently. As a musician, how do you feel about that?
Oh, I think it's really exciting.
And it's got to be unique in its own way.
It is. Yeah. Well, because my favorite thing about music is that it's live. It's actually something that you have to experience in person and to kind of be there and understand the visceral reactions to it. I think our performers get that as well, where in this live setting, you get some ambient noise, you get the sounds of the water and the sounds of the people running around and moving, and it just feels so much more human, living, breathing, and engaging in that way.
And depending on where you are, there may be a little bit of a bounce.
Yes.
Right? The sound may bounce depending on where you are. I only asked this question because of the Beatles Abbey Road, that live performance on the building. There's a whole debate over could they have gotten that sound with the reverb, with all of that, and they literally, you can search, there's a documentary on it just on that, the sound that they could have or did get, or is it real? Turns out that outdoors has its own unique sound to it.
It does.
That really works.
And I love that too, because one of our biggest focuses this year is accessibility and really thinking about the canals as a linear connected public park that anyone can enjoy. And so we've been maybe making sure that people of all abilities, including people who may have hearing impairments, can enjoy our concerts. And so we have ASL interpreters, and we have special places that people can sit to hold balloons, to feel the vibrations of the music, and then just to be able to find a spot along this beautiful open park that is the best version of the orchestra sound for them.
And then finally, I wanted to ask about you. How do you become a part of the symphony, and what do you do? Do you have a regular job during the week, and you do this? What's the how do you?
Yeah, it's full-time. It's a full-time gig, which is a good thing. I'm the executive director of the Albany Symphony, and I've been working in orchestras for about 15 years. And so live entertainment, working in music, and being able to share music with as many people as possible is my mission in life. And I've been with the symphony for about 2 years, and so this is now my second time coming to Central New York and being able to really understand the heartbeat of this whole region and falling in love with it, frankly. Like, Utica is the food capital of the world. Last year we were celebrating the refugee and the immigrant population. And this year, we're really celebrating technology and innovation and art and activating public spaces. And we do this also in partnership with our music director, David Allen Miller, who is just brilliant. And that's a key part of my job, is being able to partner with the artistic brains behind it. And I feel like I just try and make it happen.
And when you see people react, it's...
it's so amazing.
You play an instrument?
I do. I play the clarinet. Not well, though. Nobody wants me on stage.
Oh, stop it. Isn't her energy amazing? My gosh. It's unbelievable.
I have a nickname for you. It's called Espresso. I like that.
We were talking about coffee earlier.
That's exactly. It works perfectly.
Well, and I think music can do that, too. It can bring this kind of living energy into a space.
It fills you. Live music fills you up.
Oh, it does. Well, and
it's great to sit and listen to a recording, but when you're in front of the people making that sound, it's when I'm listening to a really good song, it starts here.
Yeah.
On the radio. But when I'm in front of a performer, whether it's a single performer or a full orchestra, it starts here. It starts here, and it fills you up.
Yeah.
And then it comes out. You know?
And that it's shared, too. It's not a solo activity. I think one of the beautiful things about live music is that you're surrounded by a lot of people. And you get to be surrounded by your neighbors, and that there is something that's like so curious and safe and inspiring about that. And I think it is a hallmark of what makes Rome, Utica, this area, a great place to live.
You'll be in, Saturday in Rome.
July 11th. We're going to be in Rome at Bellamy Harbor Park.
And then are there any other locations nearby in the region?
No. Friday, we're going to be in Waterford, so out by the Capital Region. If folks want to join us there, that's great. So Friday, July 10th in Waterford, July 11th in Rome. And then later this summer, August 15th, we're going to be out in the Tonawandas, out by Buffalo.
All right. Very cool. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. I hope to see you on Saturday. It's going to be a beautiful day. The festival starts at 2, activities all afternoon, totally free, concert at 8 o'clock, followed by a free drone show.
Love it. All right, Emily, thank you so much.
Thank you. See you Saturday.
Thank you.
The drum show with the music is really, really cool. Ryan Nobles from NBC is coming up. I do have a little piece we'll send you to break with. This is the Albany Symphony Orchestra right here. And Emily, thank you so much. We have Ryan Nobles coming up. Oh, it's telling me I got to download the app. We're not playing that, unfortunately, because it's going to take me too long to download it. But I got to sign up. It's asking for a sign up. Thanks for that.
I was you were waiting for the audio. I'm like, wait, something popped up on your screen.
Going to start. Ryan Nobles music, the sound of Ryan Nobles music. Coming up next to WIBX.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
82 million Americans rely on AM radio for news, sports, talk, and emergency alerts. But unless Congress acts now, AM could disappear from new cars. Tell lawmakers AM radio matters to you. Text AM to 39179 and urge Congress pass the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act before it's too late. Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to STOP. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Step away from the screen and into something real at the 2026 Glimmerglass Festival, where summer comes alive with the finest in opera and musical theater just minutes from Cooperstown.
The Glimmerglass Festival is a world-class summer celebration of the arts overlooking beautiful Otsego Lake, making it an easy day trip from anywhere in the Mohawk Valley.
This year's festival runs July 10th through August 17th and explores our American journey through iconic musical theater and beloved opera classics. Revel in big dance numbers, a will they, won't they romance, and tunes you won't be able to stop humming with Rodgers and Hammerstein's timeless Oklahoma.
The Glimmerglass Festival. No filters, no algorithms, just unforgettable performances and a perfect summer's day by the lake with world-class opera and musical theater just a short drive from anywhere in the Mohawk Valley.
Experience live music, live voices, and live storytelling. No scrolling required. Visit glimmerglass.org to purchase tickets and learn more. Then put down the phone, close the laptop, and join us for real connections at the festival.
With things moving fast to resolve the situation in the Middle East, the headlines may change, but the fundamentals haven't. America's debt continues to climb, and uncertainty still hangs over the global economy. That's why investors continue turning to one asset that has stood the test of time: physical gold and silver. For generations, gold has been viewed as a safe haven asset during periods of geopolitical tension and market volatility. That's why Advantage Gold wants to send you a free gold investment guide valued at $49, plus a free copy of economist Ken Rogoff's acclaimed book, Our Dollar, Your Problem, when you call 800-900-8000. Discover why central banks are buying gold, why many Americans are diversifying with precious metals, and how a tax and penalty-free rollover into physical gold and silver may fit into your retirement strategy. Don't wait until the next crisis dominates the headlines. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 right now. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, the Good Feet Store is ready to take care of the pain that you may have that could very well be coming from your feet, knees, hips, feet, back. Could all be coming from your step. It's all about quality of life and removing the pain. Enter the Good Feet Store. Walk right in. There's no obligation. A free personalized fitting is yours to be had. You can call ahead if you like, 315-999-3910, or just walk in. These are inserts that go into your current shoes, or get new shoes, put the inserts in. It's a 3-step process, and so many people have come through our doors here and have used the Good Feet Store and swear by it. It is the Good Feet Store, 4630 Commercial Drive in New Hartford.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, Steve Ponte Mazda. Save on a new Mazda lease or enjoy 0.9% APR financing on a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 with 1.9% on the CX-50 hybrids. 0.9 on new 2026 Mazda CX-70s, CX-90, and 0% on the PHEV model. 2.9% on the new 2026 Mazda CX-30 and CX-5. See Ricky Z or anybody at the dealership for details. Where it's always easy to do business, Steve Ponte Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Mike, this morning, as I recall, Chuck Pagano was at the first shoveling of the Erie Canal, I believe. No?
No, I don't think so.
And, by the way, the Albany Symphony does provide free coffee for its employees, just so you know.
Okay.
That's what I'm told. Anything else?
Let's see. Lance, I believe, said Someone gave our last guest some free Diet Pepsi or coffee this morning. She was a ball of energy.
Great energy. Yeah,
Great energy.
I like it. I like it a lot.
That's called passion.
Yes, right?
Yeah,
and you can see it. Like, she's so excited about this free show coming up.
And that all starts 2 p.m. on Saturday at
It's
Bellamy.
completely free. Free parking, free show, the drone show afterward. Should be a great time.
Ryan Nobles is with NBC. Ryan, good morning.
Hello, guys. Good morning. How's everybody today?
Doing well. Where were you for the? Were you in D.C. for the? Oh, you actually did you had you were on the panel. You were all about all of that over the weekend.
I was on the National Mall. Is that what we're talking about for 4th of July?
Yeah,
Is that what
4th.
you mean?
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. It was kind of a disaster from my perspective. I'm not speaking about it broadly. Just because, and it was nobody's fault, but there were these severe storms, and they had to take serious precautions to get people in and out of the building. We had to take precautions. We had a very nice. I was supposed to anchor for 2 hours on Saturday, but the program kept getting pushed back, and then the makeshift studio that we had built there, which was very nice, but it was basically just a big, tall metal box, which made it a conductor of lightning. We decided it wasn't responsible for us to stay in it. So we had to evacuate the premises for about 2.5 hours, and then we did end up getting on the air like around 11 o'clock when the event actually happened. And then leaving was a real mess because the president chose to be physically on the mall, that it just increases the security posture incredibly. So there were only 2 or 3 entrances and exits out of the facility, out of the mall. And when we were leaving, everybody was leaving at the same time, and it was a kind of a bottleneck. And then we got caught. I was standing on the side next to the fencing in kind of a mulch bed in front of one of the Smithsonian's, and the sprinklers decided to go off just as we were leaving.
Wow.
And we were kind of trapped there because it was just like a mass of people. And so, I just got soaked from head to toe. And at that point, it was no longer 100 degrees. So the getting soaking wet was not necessarily
well, and there were some doozies. Some of these storms were pretty bad on Saturday. And we got lucky where there was rain off and on Saturday, and then all of a sudden it turned to sunshine, and it was nice. We were lucky. Okay.
The biggest fear was just the lightning. It ended up really not being that bad of a storm, but that many people in that small of a place, they just can't take the risk.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that it became kind of a mess.
I want to ask your. Right now, we're looking at. I guess we can chat on the president, the Iranian war. Now, the president coming out and saying that the ceasefire. It's the first time we've really heard him keep saying the ceasefire is holding. The ceasefire is holding. That seems to be no longer from the president.
Yeah, I don't see how you could objectively look at the situation and determine that the war is not back on. We had declared the war over a week or two ago, and that they had built this framework to bring everything to an end and to create a deal that would bring peace in the region and open up the Strait of Hormuz and get the oil flowing again. And it seems like we are definitively back at square one. President Trump seems very frustrated by the conversations with the Iranians. They don't appear to be moving the ball forward in any meaningful way. And now we're seeing kinetic military action once again.
Yeah.
So all these questions that we had a month ago about whether or not Congress was going to get involved, how they were going to pay for it long term, what this means for the economy and gas prices, I think that we're all back to that same exact conversation. When it looked as though there was a path out of this mess, it seems as though this is going to continue to drag on for some time.
Okay, so the ultimately, we're already beginning to see the oil prices begin to rise. Futures today showing that it is heading on the upside, as you might expect. This just not what Mike Johnson wants to see happening right now.
I think that Congress is in an interesting position here because, they are basically now into the heat of the campaign season, and they're going to come back next week, and I think they're in town for a total of like 9 legislative days before they leave for a month for their August recess. And then when they come back from that, they're going to have to deal with passing a spending plan to keep the government open, which does not seem as though that will be an easy process. And then you get right into the campaign. So how they're going to deal with really addressing the issue of affordability, which has been the overwhelming promise that President Trump made when he was elected in 2024. It was the overwhelming promise that Republicans made when they won both the House and Senate. And the prices are not coming down, and you could be in a situation where gas prices are once again on the rise. So this is a very difficult situation that Republicans find themselves in. And, you know, it doesn't seem as though the president is all that engaged in making that process easier for them. They have this housing bill that he decided that he just didn't want to sign. So it's a very, very difficult position for Republicans to be in. And you and I didn't talk about this last week, but I was in upstate New York last week, 2 weeks ago now. I gave the commencement address at my high school in southwestern New York. Yeah. And I met with a political operative there that's an old friend of my father's, who told me that he thinks that, and this is a Republican political operative who believes that these congressional seats in upstate New York in particular that are plus 20 seats, these are seats that Donald Trump won by more than 20 points, that Democrats have a realistic opportunity in all of those seats. So that
including
could mean
21.
Right. That could be the Elise Stefanik seat. That the Constantino seat now. Because is Claudia Tenney's seat perhaps in danger?
She's getting hammered? If you go on her, I mean, they are coming after her hard over there.
I bet you meant wine country. I get it.
Nick Langworthy in Western New York. Obviously, Mike Lawler in the Hudson Valley. All of the, I mean, at the very least, Republicans are going to have to invest in those races in a way that they didn't have to invest before. And what we always talk about is that the majority makers for House Republicans, they're not found in places like Alabama, in Texas, in Florida. What puts Republicans over the top and gives them the majority are states like Illinois, New York, and California, where they win seats in places where there are Republican voters. And so the president just making that more difficult, especially in places where you guys are.
Less than a minute yet. If anybody can screw it up, it's the Democrats, Plattner and Maine. I mean, what's going on there?
Well, I do think that this may be the Democrats rescuing that seat. If Plattner if they can compel him and convince him to leave, the generic Democrat is the best candidate in any seat in the country. Graham Plattner is not generic Democrat. He's become a huge, massive problem for them. He's been a growing problem. If they can successfully land the plane of getting him out and getting a decent replacement that doesn't alienate the progressive left,
it's a gift.
That state's back in play. But if he doesn't, they're in big trouble. But
All right, Ryan, we'll be watching. Thank you, man. We'll do it again next week.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Ryan Nobles with NBC. Portion of the program brought to you by the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. And they are now accepting new patients, the Falcon Clinic. It's the area's premier osteopathic medical clinic. I go once a month for osteopathic manipulation treatment. It's kind of like an adjustment, but it's about almost a half an hour. OMT, whatever you're feeling that isn't flowing properly or adjusted properly, they have you covered. Dr. Kosminski, Dr. Mattern, Dr. Zielinski, Dr. Shemaleski, and others all under one roof. The Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. News is next, then Kilmeade on WIBX.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 Utica. From the WB Tate Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
This is a Fox News alert. The fighting has resumed between the U.S. and Iran. I'm Chris Foster, and now President Trump says he thinks a ceasefire is over after Iran attacks tankers in the Strait of Hormuz, and the U.S. strikes Iran in response.
I don't want to deal with them anymore. They're scum. You know what scum is? They're scum. They're sick people. They're led by sick people. And they're vicious, violent people. And if they had a nuclear weapon, they'd use it.
Fox's Mike Tobin.
The U.S. response has increased intensity. 8 times as many targets were hit compared to the last time the U.S. responded to Iran firing on ships in the Strait. CENTCOM says the strikes included defense systems, command and control networks, coastal radar sites, and anti-ship capabilities, and some 60 Revolutionary Guard small boats.
Iran then targeted U.S. military sites in the Gulf. The president's meeting now at the NATO summit in Turkey with Ukraine's President Zelensky. The Trump administration announces a major investigation, it says, of fraudulent work visas obtained through schemes involving employers and brokers submitting bogus applications. Labor Department Inspector General Anthony D'Esposito on Fox Business.
We've already started to issue dozens of subpoenas. We are going to make sure that we track down every lead. We have whistleblowers talking about some of the biggest companies like Cognizant.
It's a tech company found guilty already of discrimination by abusing the visa program to bring in cheaper workers. Some evacuations are lifted in New York City near a high-rise building with buckling support columns.
New York City Department of Buildings Commissioner Ahmed Tigani says measures taken to temporarily stabilize it seem to be working.
Emergency struts or jacks are in place to hold up and stabilize where the weak points are, but they are also installing new steel as another emergency intervention, which is creating stability.
A third-party engineer has also been brought in. The 1970s-era building, which was the former headquarters of Pfizer, is being converted into luxury apartments.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers in New York. America's listening to Fox News.
Of all the wireless companies in America, only one has 5 stars in every category from Consumer Reports, and that company is Pure Talk. Coverage, support, value, data. 5 stars across the board. Plus, no service contracts and no cancellation fees. Just phenomenal U.S. customer service on a crazy fast 5G network. Dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to a 5-star American wireless company that won't let you down. Pure Talk.
Born on America's darkest day, September 11th, 01, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, they have helped American heroes ever since. Heroes like United States Navy Chief Shannon Kent. Kent was killed in a suicide bombing, leaving behind her husband, Joseph, their 2 kids. Tunnel to Towers honored her sacrifice and paid off the family mortgage, giving them security forever. Donate $11 a month. Maybe you have a car to donate, land to donate. Please go to their website, the letter T, the number 2, the letter T.org.
Clearing out your home or commercial building, John's Cleanouts and Property Preservation will handle it for you. We handle residential or any size commercial property, before and after estate sale cleanouts or any junk removal service. John's Cleanouts and Property Preservation is a 5-star rated and background checked business, providing service you can count on, and we're fully insured in the industry. Call John's Cleanouts and Property Preservation today and take the stress out of your mess.
AmeriQ Credit Union believes that real connections matter today more than ever. At 200,000 members strong, we want to create a meaningful connection that makes you feel like you belong. In person, online, or anywhere in between, AmeriQ connects you with the right solutions to help you succeed, technology to make banking even easier, and the people you need to achieve financial success. Open an account today at AmeriQ.org. Membership eligibility is required, insured by NCUA.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Get a smile for every season at Rosansky Family Dentistry. For crowns to veneers, we'll keep you smiling all year long. We're also excited to welcome Dr. Kataria to our team. With her arrival, we now offer Friday appointments from 8 a.m. to noon, giving you more flexibility for the care you need. Call us today at 315-732-1981 to schedule your visit. That's Rosansky Family Dentistry, 1 Paris Road, New Hartford. Find us on Facebook or online at uticasmiles.com.
Hi, this is Rob Hilton. If you have substantial assets, a delay in planning can cost you. It takes time to reduce taxes and protect assets. Planning ahead can save money and ease the stress on your family. We employ multiple strategies to protect what you have built. Call us for a free analysis of your tax and asset protection issues, because the smartest plan is made early.
Hilton, you know the name, they know the law. Hilton Estate and Elder Law.
The Potting Shed Antiques in Whitesboro is buying silver, gold-filled, vintage costume, estate jewelry, and U.S. and Canadian coins. They've been your hometown buyer for over 50 years. While other gold and silver buyers claim to offer the highest prices, the Potting Shed Antiques actually delivers. Let Don Hartman take a look at your individual pieces or your entire collection. The Potting Shed